So hey guys, the series name is What If Naruto Was Dracula Power in Castlevania Universe. This is second part of the series, so let's start the series. Naruto was in the Hokage Tower, heading for the Hokage office. Kakashi told him his presence was requested. It should also be noted that a flak jacket was added to his attire. After the Hokage's funeral, both he and Shikamaru were promoted to Chunin. When he entered, he saw the Elder Council, who were the late Sandame's teammates, and a third one being his rival, and a tall man with long white hair and a scroll strapped to his lower back. Do you know why you are here, Naruto Uzumaki? Hamura, the first male elder, asked. I only know that my presence was requested, Naruto said. Then we shall explain, Koharu, the female elder, said before gesturing to the tall man. This man is Jiraiya, one of Hiruzen's students. He is going on a mission to find Tsunade Senju to make her become the Godame Hokage. I see, Naruto said. And where do I fit in this? You are aware of your Jinchuriki status, are you not? Hamura asked. Jinchuriki, huh? Didn't know there was a term, Naruto muttered to himself before answering the elders. Regardless, I am aware of it. There's this group called the Akatsuki, Jiraiya said. If what I found out through my spy network is true, they are all S-rank Nukenin hunting down the Jinchuriki. You are in danger without someone powerful enough to face them, and I am the only one powerful enough in this village for now. That's why I'm taking with me for my mission. For my protection, huh? Would they truly risk sneaking into the village? Naruto asked. We do not know of what resources they possess, Danzo, the third elder said. That's why we must keep you close to Jiraiya while the village seems weakened because of the reconstructions. Makes sense, Naruto admitted. Prepare your things, Gaki. We'll be leaving shortly, Jiraiya said. Naruto nodded and left the room. Dracula slipped through a shadow, arrived in throne room. Shinigami, he called out. The deity appeared in front of his lord. I found out something interesting. There is a group of Nukenin that go by the name Akatsuki. Yes, it was originally created by a man named Yahiko, who was trained by Jiraiya of the Sannin and desired peace. The man has passed away, however. A student of Jiraiya, you say? The Akatsuki, according to Jiraiya, are after the Jinchuriki. At the right time, I should try to catch their attention and perhaps find a way to join them. The other 8 Bijou would certainly be useful. We should perhaps think of a disguise. If they are after Jinchuriki, they will know what you look like. And that is where that mask I took at your request will come in handy, Dracula smirked. They understand the need to hide their identity and, therefore, will not care about it. Now, I must prepare for a mission with Jiraiya and perhaps the risk of Akatsuki being after me during the mission. Naruto met up with Jiraiya at the gate. During their travel, Jiraiya asked, You have a rivalry with the Uchiha, correct? More like he has a rivalry with me, since I've defeated enemies that he couldn't defeat, Naruto answered. That is what you told Kakashi, or so he told me, Jiraiya said. With Sasuke using Kakashi's Chidori, he has an advantage over you. I was thinking of teaching you the Yandame's Rasengan. Naruto looked at Jiraiya with a raised eyebrow. With the Yandame's soul, he could already do the Rasengan. But at least with this, it wouldn't be suspicious that he knew it. To keep me on equal footing with Sasuke and to help me defend myself against Akatsuki? Naruto asked. Well, the jutsu alone won't save you from them, but it will help, Jiraiya said. They then arrived at a small town, bought a room at an inn, and Jiraiya then left to follow a gorgeous woman who had winked at him. Naruto simply waited in the room. After a while, someone knocked on his door. He certainly wasn't expecting anyone. He made Kage Bunshin and had it open the door while he hid. Bunshin Naruto opened the door and came face to face with a tall man that had the Sharingan and a shark man. Both wore black cloaks with red clouds. To think this kid has the Kyuubi within him, the shark man said. So there is an organization after the Bijou, Bunshin Naruto said. It is not surprising that you would know, given who has taken you here. Jiraiya must have been the one who told Kakashi about us, the Sharingan user said. What have you done to Kakashi-sensei, Itachi Uchiha? Bunshin Naruto asked. So you know who I am? Well, you are Sasuke's teammate. After all, Kakashi is still alive. If that's what you're asking, now, Naruto Uzumaki, you will be coming with us, Itachi said. Sorry, can't do that, I'm on a mission, Bunshin Naruto said nonchalantly. Then I'll have to cut off a leg or two, the shark man said, grabbing the hilt of the massive sword on his back, wrapped in bandages. It's been a while, Itachi said, which stopped his partner. Itachi looked at the end of the hallway. Sasuke. Itachi Uchiha, Sasuke growled, activating his Kekkei Genkai. He had gone to visit Kakashi, only to find out he had been injured by Itachi, who was looking for Naruto. He then found out Naruto had left the village with a white-haired man and immediately gave chase. Now, he could finally get his revenge. The Sharingan, the Shark Man said, looking at Sasuke's eyes. He also looks like you. Who's this brat? My little brother, Itachi answered. I had heard you killed your entire clan, the Shark Man told Itachi. I'm going to kill you, Itachi, Sasuke said. Itachi turned to face Sasuke. Kisame, keep an eye on Naruto to make sure he doesn't get away. The Shark Man, Kisame, grinned. No problem. I did just like you told me, Sasuke said to Itachi. I hated you, I despised you, and just to kill you, I've survived. Sasuke yelled out as he activated the Chidori and charged toward Itachi. The wall to the outside exploded as Itachi caught Sasuke's wrist, stopping the Chidori. He then broke Sasuke's wrist. A cloud of smoke appeared behind Naruto, revealing Jiraiya with an unconscious woman on his shoulder, the same one that had winked at him. Jiraiya doesn't let himself be seduced by women. When you become as great as me, women will be crazy over you, Jiraiya said, posing. You're late, Naruto said, making Jiraiya trip over himself. The great Jiraiya of the Sannin, Kisame said, to be able to cancel the genjutsu on the woman. Shame on you, for putting a woman in a genjutsu, Jiraiya said as he placed the woman down. My spy network was accurate then. You're after the QB sealed inside Naruto. Sasuke, who was on the floor after Itachi broke his wrist, was shocked to hear that Naruto had the QB within him. Our mission for Akatsuki is to take Naruto with us, Itachi said. If you are after the QB, then surely you must be after the other Bija as well, Jiraiya said. I will leave that to your imagination, Itachi answered. I will get rid of you too to prevent you from taking Naruto, Jiraiya said. Itachi is mine, Sasuke growled as he got up. I have no interest in you right now, Sasuke, Itachi said. Shut up! Sasuke yelled as he tried to punch Itachi, who responded by kicking him in the gut the moment he got in range. I have lived for this day, Sasuke said as he once again charged at Itachi, who blocked Sasuke's punch and backhanded him. Itachi then approached the downed Sasuke, who got up to attack but was punched in the gut, making him cough blood. Why? Why wasn't he strong enough? Itachi grabbed Sasuke by the collar, held him against the wall, and looked at him in the eyes. You are weak, Itachi said. You do not have enough hatred. Itachi then placed Sasuke on a genjutsu, making Sasuke scream in pain and terror. How cruel, Kisame grinned, to use Tsukuyami on his little brother. Sasuke stopped screaming and fell unconscious. Jiraiya made some hand signs and slammed his hands on the floor, which started changing the entire hallway into flesh. Ninpo, Gamaguchi Shibari. Are you saying we're in a toad's throat? Naruto asked, disgusted. Enough with the insides of animals, damn it. A stomach, actually, Jiraiya corrected. The walls of flesh took Sasuke from Itachi's grip. Naruto, stay still, my jutsu won't hurt you, Jiraiya said. Fire emerged from behind Jiraiya and aimed for the Akatsuki members. Naruto said nothing, deciding to dispel and return to the original, to the trio's shock. Itachi and Kisame ran away to a dead end. Amaterasu, Itachi said, igniting the wall with a black fire and escaping through the hole, with Kisame following. Jiraiya pulled out a scroll and sealed the black fire within it. He would study it to find out how they escaped the stomach of a toad that breathes fire. Jiraiya then cancelled the jutsu, returning the walls to their original state. Naruto ran out of the room, caught Sasuke and placed him down. Good job using a Kage Bunshin as bait, Jiraiya praised. I wasn't expecting anyone and you certainly wouldn't knock on the door of the room you paid for, Naruto explained. Suddenly, Guy appeared and kicked Jiraiya in the face, thinking he was an enemy. Of course, when he saw who he hit, he quickly realized his mistake. Jiraiya ignored Guy's apologies and told him to take Sasuke back to Konoha and to a medical squad. He told Guy that Sasuke had a broken wrist and ribs as well as suffering a psychological attack. The group went outside the town and was about to go their separate ways. Good luck in your search for Tsunade-sama, Jiraiya-sama, Naruto-kun, Guy said, with Sasuke on his shoulder. Naruto-kun, your flames of youth are formidable. I have a gift for such spirit, Guy said before pulling a green spandex like his own and gave it to Naruto. To Jiraiya's horror, Guy then left to bring Sasuke back to Konoha. Please tell me, Jiraiya started talking when Guy was out of hearing distance. Of course not, Naruto interrupted. I respect the man's strength and determination, but we have different fashion senses. Jiraiya sighed in relief. So what kind of woman is Tsunade? Naruto asked Jiraiya as they headed to the next town. She's quite unpleasant. She likes to gamble a lot, despite her horrendous luck that gave her the nickname Legendary Sucker, and is well known throughout the countries, Jiraiya said. Are you saying she's famous for having rotten gambling luck? Naruto asked. Absolutely, Jiraiya nodded. But even her reputation doesn't make her easy to find. If there's one thing she hates more than losing a bet, it's getting older. While she is in her 50s, like me, she uses a unique henjutsu that makes her look younger. She changes her appearance to escape the debt collectors. The duo then arrived in a town that was in the middle of some festivities. Walk around town a little. While I go buy the material needed for training, Jiraiya said, the Rasengan will require specific tools to train and I can easily find them here. Naruto accepted the answer and walked around town. After a while, he heard Jiraiya's laugh inside a building. He entered the building and found the sage drinking sake while sitting next to two gorgeous women. Oh, Naruto, did you enjoy the festival already? Jiraiya asked. The stands looked fun. But you certainly seem to have more fun, Naruto deadpanned. Of course, Jiraiya said as the women giggled. Hey idiots, make way for bro. A voice called out. They turned to see two men in business suits walking in. Quiet down, you're scaring the ladies, Jiraiya said. How dare you? Bro is a former Chunin of IWA. He's a ninja who is feared as a legendary Yamanin. Legendary? Jiraiya snorted. Bro snarled and charged. Jiraiya quickly created a spiraling blue sphere made of pure chakra and slammed it right in Bro's gut, sending him spiraling to a wall along with his companion. Is that the Rasengan? Naruto asked, despite knowing the answer. Exactly, Jiraiya said as he approached the down duo. Geez, I even went easy on you guys. He then turned to the stand owner. Sorry for breaking your stand. Bro, realizing who Jiraiya was, tried to save himself by giving him money here for the repairs. Why, thank you, Jiraiya said as he took the money, added some extra bills to the pile and gave the money to the stand owner. I'll also be buying all of your water balloons and normal balloons. Later, in the forest outside of the town, Jiraiya gave Naruto a water balloon. This is the training tool you mentioned? Naruto asked. That's right, Jiraiya nodded. He then pulled out another balloon. The water inside it started spiraling until the balloon popped. Chakra exercises like tree climbing requires you to focus a certain amount of your chakra under your feet to stick on the tree. Water walking requires a constant amount of chakra under your feet. For this, you must create a flow with chakra. First, focus chakra in your hand like with the tree climbing. Then, release a constant amount of chakra like with water walking. Finally, you push and rotate the chakra inside the balloon. I see. Create a fast enough rotation to pop the balloon, Naruto said. That's right, Jiraiya said. We'll be training until NI. He stopped talking when he heard the balloon pop. Easier than I thought, Naruto said. Of course it was easy. He could already do the Rasengan. Then again, whenever I train, I have dozens of clones doing chakra exercises while I focus on training my body. Jiraiya blinked in surprise. Okay, let's begin the second step then. He pulled out a rubber ball. A rubber ball is about 100 times tougher than a water balloon. He handed Naruto the rubber ball. Now then, I'll be doing some info. He stopped as he heard a noise, the rubber ball popping. But the second step requires denser chakra, Jiraiya said. I can make chains with my chakra. Denser chakra is not a problem, Naruto said. Jiraiya did not know about the chains, but now that he did, it made sense. Jiraiya then pulled out a normal balloon and filled it with air before giving it to Naruto. Alright, Gaki, the first step was rotation, the second step was power, the third step is mixing the two with control. You want me to make a Rasengan inside the balloon, but keep the jutsu stable, Naruto theorized. That's exactly it. The goal is to make the Rasengan without popping the balloon. Naruto held the balloon in his right hand and focused. There was a moment of silence and Jiraiya raised an eyebrow at Naruto. Naruto smirked. He held out his left hand and created a perfect yellow Rasengan. To Jiraiya's shock. How? He has his mother's chains, her yellow chakra, and he learned and mastered the Rasengan in an instant. He has the talent of both of his parents, and then some. Could he be the child of prophecy? First Nagato, with his Rinnegan, then Minato and now Naruto, Jiraiya thought. This is an impressive jutsu, Naruto said. He held the Rasengan in his hand once before to test the soul's power, and it was indeed impressive. Impressive, Jiraiya agreed. And incomplete. Naruto looked at Jiraiya. Incomplete? Jiraiya nodded. The Yanden wanted to add an element to the Rasengan. but passed away before he could ever complete it. Fortunately, I brought this with me. Jiraiya pulled out a piece of paper. This is paper made from a tree that is grown and fed with chakra. If you focus your chakra on it, different effects will happen. Here, try it. Naruto took the piece of paper and focused his chakra. The paper split in half. Wind, huh? Fortunately, training material is all around us, Jiraiya said, gesturing to the surrounding trees. The most basic wind chakra exercise is to take a leaf and focus wind chakra on it to split it in half. To do so, you have to grind your chakra against itself to make it thinner, which sharpens it. Naruto nodded and made dozens of clones to practice this exercises. Jiraiya walked away to do his information gathering. Naruto smirked. This would be easy. Not only did he have the Kage Bunshin, but he also had Arinis. Although Naruto learned all 3 steps on the same day, it took 3 weeks for Jiraiya to find out that Tsunade was in Tanzakagai. He learned that from a man who Tsunade lost against in gambling. When they arrived in Tanzakagai, Jiraiya asked about Tsunade to any gambling place he saw, but without success of her exact whereabouts. Eventually, there were people running away, saying they saw a huge snake destroy the castle. Both Konohinin knew that Orochimaru was involved, so they hurried to the destroyed castle. Unfortunately, they were too late. There was nothing to be found. They kept searching until evening and still found nothing. Jiraiya decided to stop at a bar and grab a bite to eat and found Tsunade, along with another woman and a pig. Tsunade! Jiraiya called out as he pointed at the blonde woman. Jiraiya? Tsunade said, shocked. What are you doing here? That's Tsunade, Naruto thought. It was kinda hard to believe a young-looking woman with breasts almost as big as her head, if not just as big, was in her 50s. When Jiraiya said she hid her age with a transformation jutsu, he wasn't kidding. I finally found you, Jiraiya said as walked up to Tsunade's table, with Naruto following him. After a moment of awkward silence, Tsunade sighed. What a day seeing old acquaintances everywhere. Jiraiya filled Tsunade's glass with sake. Orochimaru? He asked. What did you talk about? Nothing much, Tsunade lied. We just said hello. Now, what do you want from me? She asked. I'll get straight to the point, Tsunade. The village has requested that you become the Godame Hokage. Both women, along with the pig, were shocked. You must have heard of what happened to Sarutobi-sensei, Jiraiya said. Orochimaru may have bragged about it. Tsunade waved off. Will you accept the position of Hokage? Jiraiya asked. Absolutely not, Tsunade said. The title of Hokage is only for those stupid enough to bet their life away so easily. Naruto narrowed his eyes at that. Excuse me, Naruto said, getting Tsunade's attention. Who's this Gaki? Tsunade asked. That's Naruto Uzumaki, Jiraiya said. So he's the Kyuubi Jinchuriki, huh? Tsunade thought. What do you want, Gaki? If your last name is Senju, then you must be related to Shodai and Naidame Hokage, right? Naruto asked. Respectively, they are my grandfather and granduncle, Tsunade answered. What of it? So not only are you a student of the Sandaime, but you are also related to the Shodai and the Naidame, and yet you call them all idiots? As an orphan, that rubs me the wrong way. What a Gaki like you thinks doesn't matter to me, Tsunade said. And what a frail woman says about greater people than her is garbage to me, Naruto countered. Jiraiya took baby steps away from Naruto as tick marks appeared on Tsunade's forehead. Frail woman? Garbage? You've got guts to say that to me, Tsunade said. Let's take this outside. She got up and exited the bar, with Naruto following her. The rest of the group followed them. Naruto and Tsunade stood in the middle of the street, face to face. Despite my looks, I was one of the Sannin, Tsunade said. There is no need for me to get serious against you. All I need to defeat you is a single finger. She held out her right pointer finger. Your loss, Naruto said nonchalantly. He then summoned his chakra chains to restrain her, to her shock, and charged before punching her in the gut, sending her back. Those chains, Tsunade thought. Mitoba-chan chose Kushina as the next Jinchuriki because of those chains. Well? Naruto asked. Where's that confidence from earlier? You just got lucky, Gaki, Tsunade said. Is that right? Naruto asked before he smirked. Then, for me, this fight is going better than your entire gambling life. Tsunade growled at the jab. She charged and was about to flick him on the forehead, only to receive an instant Rasengan to the gut with speed she didn't know he had, further shocking her as she was knocked back. Maybe she shouldn't have held back as much as she did. Shall we go on? Naruto asked, still smirking. Jiraiya, are you the one who taught him the Rasengan? Tsunade asked as she got up. He learned and mastered the 3 steps in less than an hour, Jiraiya answered, shocking Tsunade and her assistant. Is this kid even human? Tsunade wondered, what about completing it? Started immediately after mastering the Rasengan, which was 3 weeks ago, Jiraiya said. 3 weeks, huh? Tsunade smirked before looking at Naruto. Oigaki, let's make a bet. The worst gambler in the world wants to make a bet with me? Naruto asked before shrugging. I'm game. I'll give you 1 week to add an elemental affinity to the Rasengan. If you can do that, I'll follow you back to Konoha to become Hokage, and I'll even give you this. She gestured to the necklace around her neck. My grandfather's necklace is worth a fortune. But if you can't do it in a week, I'll take all of your money. Deal? If you're sure about this, then it's a deal. Tsunade-sama. Tsunade's assistant called out. Calm down, Shizen, Tsunade said as she and Naruto shook hands. The moment they stepped away from each other, Naruto made a Rasengan with 4 small wind razor blades rotating around the sphere, shocking the women and Jiraiya. A ninja must gather information before risking anything, Naruto said. Thanks to the Kage Bunshin, it was easy to train in wind manipulation and create the Futon Rasengan. You sneaky little gaki, Jiraiya said, grinning. You always have your clones do the chakra training, so I never saw anything. He then thought, Minato, Kushina, you would be proud of your son. I was tricked, Tsunade muttered to herself. I was outsmarted by a gaki. Well, Tsunade? Although you were tricked, you two shook hands, Jiraiya reminded. You're right, but we can't leave yet, Tsunade said. Orochimaru? Jiraiya asked. Tsunade nodded. I have to meet him in a week to tell him if I will heal his arms or not. Why would you heal him? Naruto asked. Orochimaru said he would use a kinjutsu he learned to bring Dan and Nawaki back to life. Dan and Nawaki? Naruto asked. Dan was Tsunade-sama's beloved and my uncle, Shizen said. Nawaki was Tsunade-sama's little brother, Kuchios. Edo Tensei, Jiraiya said, getting everyone's attention. Reports said that Orochimaru used that kinjutsu, created by your granduncle, to bring back your grandfather and granduncle to fight Sarutobi-sensei. In that case, wouldn't it mean that Orochimaru could revive Dan and Nawaki and have them attack Tsunade after she healed him? Naruto asked. I wouldn't be surprised, Jiraiya frowned. Now that I know what the jutsu is, I feel horrified of ever considering Orochimaru's offer, Tsunade admitted, crying. Dan and Nawaki would be disappointed in me. This is a chance, Tsunade, Jiraiya said, become Hokage, fulfill Dan and Nawaki's dream for them. Tsunade wiped away her tears and nodded. She walked up to Naruto and was about to take off her necklace. Keep it on, Tsunade, Jiraiya said. You always have it on. If we are to trap Orochimaru, we mustn't let him get suspicious. He will notice if you no longer have your necklace. Tsunade nodded. Orochimaru would definitely notice. I'll simply give it to you after we're done here, she told Naruto, who nodded. The next week, Naruto, Shizen and Jiraiya allowed Tsunade to go ahead to meet Orochimaru. After a few minutes, they followed her. When they were close by, they hid within the trees. Tsunade pretended to have accepted the deal and was about to heal Orochimaru's arms, only for a kunai to land between them, making them jump away from each other, and for Kabuto to appear next to Orochimaru. For you to betray me at the last minute, Tsunade, Orochimaru said. Tsunade smirked. Last minute? The moment she said that, Naruto, Shizen and Jiraiya appeared next to her. Jiraiya, Naruto-kun, Orochimaru said, I had no idea there were others looking for Tsunadeheim. Tsunade charged, jumped and went for an axe kick, only for Orochimaru and Kabuto to dodge. The axe kick destroyed the ground it landed on. The strength behind the attack shocked Naruto. Kabuto and Orochimaru retreated to a more spacious battlefield, followed by the Konohanin. Tsunade and Jiraiya faced Orochimaru, while Naruto faced Kabuto. Shizen would help Naruto if need be. For me to face my old teammates Kabuto, summon Manda, Orochimaru ordered, ripping the bandage off of his left arm. Kabuto rolled Orochimaru's sleeve, revealing the summoning tattoos. Before biting his own thumb and spread the blood across the tattoo, he then made some hand signs and slammed his hand on the ground. Kuchios no Jutsu. Jiraiya and Tsunade also bit their thumbs and summoned their respective summon animal. A giant red toad appeared for Jiraiya, a giant slug for Tsunade and a giant purple snake for Orochimaru. Your opponent is me, Naruto-kun, Kabuto said. Indeed, I've been itching to give you a beating since I saw that Otonin with one of your ninja info cards. So that Baka did underestimate you, Kabuto sighed. People just don't listen nowadays. I must admit though, I am impressed with your progress, Naruto-kun. You've caught my interest since you defeated Niji so easily. Even without using the Kyuubi, you are quite the monster. Naruto unsheathed Muramasa. And now the fox will catch the snake that slithered both inside and outside of Konoha. Bold claim, Kabuto smirked as he activated his chakra scalpels. But I admit I am curious about how much you've progressed since the Chunin exams. Naruto charged and swung Muramasa at Kabuto, who dodged and hit Naruto on the arm with the chakra scalpel, ripping the muscle. Such an attack is useless against me, Naruto said as he activated a bit of Kyuubi's chakra to heal the wound. But you'll probably keep doing this until I tire myself out, so I'll finish this quickly, he said, discarding his trench coat. It made a much larger thud and crater than in the Chunin exams. I have to be careful, Kabuto thought, against Niji. His speed increased a lot when he took off the coat. There's no telling how his train of thought was interrupted by a punch to the face. This is much faster than before. Did you not pay attention? I have quite the healing factor. Weight training is quite beneficial for me, as my body adapts to the weight much faster than most people. My weights are already 3 times heavier than back against Niji, Naruto said, shocking Kabuto. Naruto was too fast for Kabuto. There was no way to keep up. It's time to finish this fight, Naruto said as he sheathed Muramasa and made a normal Rasengan on his right hand. Rasengan! He yelled, catching everyone's attention as he slammed the sphere in Kabuto's gut, sending him spiraling right to a rock. The summons had been fighting this entire time, with their summoners assisting one way or another but mostly focusing on each other. The Sanin's attention turned to Naruto and Kabuto when they heard the blonde call out a certain jutsu, and they saw him attack Kabuto with the sphere. Orochimaru's eyes widened. For him to master such a jutsu, Jiraiya simply looked at Naruto with pride while Tsunade was still awed at Naruto's ability to use the Rasengan. Kabuto had focused chakra on his gut to endure and heal the wound, but he was barely standing. Good thing I focused my chakra at the point of impact to heal myself before you even hit me, Kabuto said. I have the ability to heal and re-energize any of my damaged cells. The 3 Sannin heard Kabuto's words and had different reactions. Orochimaru already knew this. Jiraiya wondered just how far Kabuto could go with that healing ability, and Tsunade was interested in the ability. Being a medic nin, Kabuto took a few steps forward but collapsed due to the strain on his body. Naruto and Shizen turned to the fight between the Sannin and their summons, knowing they would get in the way. Orochimaru was now worried. In his current state, even with Manda's help, he couldn't face his former teammates, and someone who easily defeated Kabuto. He had to retreat, but couldn't leave a subordinate as valuable as Kabuto behind. He jumped and landed next to Kabuto, grabbing some of his right-hand man's clothes with his jaw, and disappeared. Manda left as well. Knowing the battle was over, the Toad and Slug did the same. Tsunade sighed in relief, glad the battle was over. You guys did great, Naruto said as he picked up his coat. Put a lid on it, Gaki, Jiraiya said. You were too busy with Kabuto to watch our fight. At least he encourages his comrades, especially his Hokage, Tsunade said, handing Naruto her necklace. Whatever, let's head back to town and rest. We'll head for Konoha tomorrow, Jiraiya said, earning everyone's agreement. When they were on their way back to Konoha, Tsunade suggested they go to a town known for its hot springs. A few key words and Jiraiya was convinced, forcing Naruto to tag along. I swear, the longer I'm with you, the more pathetic you seem, Naruto told Jiraiya, making Tsunade laugh. Don't be like that, Gaki. Enjoy the hot spring and the mixed bathing, Jiraiya said. We have hot springs in Konoha and I have been in mixed bathing before, even met people that didn't care of my status. It was quite nice, having a conversation with an intelligent person. To Jiraiya's dismay, there were no women in the hot spring when he got there. He would be patient though. Tsunade and Shizen went to the pachinko parlor, as there was time before dinner. Naruto, having nothing better to do, followed them. He saw for himself how bad Tsunade's luck was. He decided to show her his devil's luck. Both women were awed. Once Tsunade was satisfied with the amount won, the trio, plus a pig, returned to their hotel. They ran into debt collectors that begged Tsunade to pay her debt to Akagi, only for Tsunade to tell them she had paid Akagi back the year before. Both men grinned and left to finally return home. So you do pay your debts every once in a while, Naruto said. From what I heard from Jiraiya, you always run away from your debt collectors. I'll let the comment fly just this once, Gaki. if only because you've won me enough money to pay all of my debts and then some, Tsunade said, the grin on her face never leaving. The next day, at dawn, the group left to return to Konoha, after dragging Jiraiya out of the hot spring, of course. Konoha will finally have the world's greatest medic Nin as its Hokage. The people will definitely rejoice. After they returned, one who definitely wasn't happy was Konohamaru, who had seen Izumo and Kotetsu take his grandfather's belongings out of the Hokage office. He accidentally ran into Tsunade as he complained. After Tsunade went to see the council, Naruto stayed by Konohamaru's side as they walked round the village. Who was that blonde woman I ran into, boss? Konohamaru asked Naruto as Udan and Moegi followed them. That was Tsunade Senju, one of your Gramps' students, the Shodai's granddaughter, the Nidame's grandniece and soon-to-be Godame Hokage. When Naruto said it like that, it sounded like quite a resume. A student of Ji-chan? Konohamaru asked. Wait, did you say Godame Hokage? That's right, why? Is something bothering you? Naruto asked. Everyone's gonna forget Ji-chan, Konohamaru muttered. What are you talking about? Naruto said. Every day, people are thankful of the Shodai for founding this village. The same people are thankful of the Nidame for founding the very academy you have your classes in. And these people are thankful for the years of peace old man Sandane gave them. Don't forget the Yandame's sacrifice against the Kyuubi. People are definitely thankful for that. So they won't forget Ji-chan? Konohamaru asked. They won't, Naruto confirmed. But even if she's Ji-chan's student, how do we know she's worthy of the title? Konohamaru asked. Naruto smirked. Let's go ask her, why don't we? He said as he led the trio back to the Hokage Tower. You want me to show my medical skills to Sarutobi-sensei's grandson? Tsunade asked Naruto, who nodded. He isn't sure of your worth as a Hokage. Show him that you care for your people, Naruto said. Tsunade sighed. Well, I have to heal Kakashi, the Uchiha and Rock Lee, anyway. Let's go. When the group arrived at the hospital, Tsunade started with Sasuke's room. She placed her hand on Sasuke's forehead and used her medical jutsu. Sakura, who had visited Sasuke every day, was awed. When Tsunade was done, Sasuke regained consciousness and sat up on the bed. Sakura immediately hugged him. Sasuke was still out of it, as he wasn't mentioning Itachi yet. Shall we leave those two alone and head for the next one? Naruto asked Tsunade, who nodded. The Konohamaru Corps were awed at the speed Tsunade healed Sasuke. After Tsunade healed Kakashi, she reprimanded him for his recklessness in facing an Uchiha in a Sharingan fight. The group then headed for Lee's room. When they arrived in Lee's room, Tsunade used the diagnosis jutsu to see the extent of Lee's injury. She didn't want to say this in front of children, but she knew Naruto wouldn't budge. These injuries are no joke, Tsunade said. He has bone fragments deeply embedded to the spinal cord. But you can heal him, right? Guy asked desperately. There is a possible surgery, but it takes a long time, Tsunade said. Even if I do this surgery, it only has a success rate of 50%, at most. There's always room for improvement, Naruto said. I can make some research to find something, anything, to improve Lee's chances. But that will also take time. It may even only raise the chances from 50% to 51%, Tsunade explained. Then have some Kage Bunshin do the research along with you. Someone's dream is at stake here, Naruto said. He respected Lee, who didn't deserve this. Tsunade's eyes widened. Kage Bunshin, of course. I could only make so much progress on my own. But with the Kage Bunshin searching along, the chances may increase greatly. I can even have them do the paperwork for me to give me even more time. Tsunade's new confidence cheered Lee up. Please, Tsunade-sama, heal my precious pupil. Guy pleaded. Of course, Tsunade said as she left the room. There was a lot to do. Naruto-kun. Naruto turned to Guy when he heard his name. The man was crying manly tears. Thank you, you may have saved Lee's dream. Yeah, that was awesome, boss. Konohamaru said as Moegi and Udan nodded in agreement with stars in their eyes. Naruto merely chuckled at the different reactions. After a few days, Tsunade was officially announced as the Godame Hokage. The Hokage faces, especially the first three, seemed to have a proud look that day. A few days after the inauguration, Kakashi ordered Team 7 to watch a specific movie. Naruto had actually seen other movies that the lead actress, Yuki Fujikaze, played in, so he knew of her acting talent. They then had to meet Kakashi at a specific place, but Naruto obviously waited until a few minutes before Kakashi's late arrival. As usual, the other two still didn't learn. As Naruto walked around the village, he saw Yuki Fujikaze riding a horse as she was being chased by black horsemen. He followed her through the rooftops to see what she was doing. A scene for a new movie. Perhaps, as it turns out, it was the actress running away from her film crew. When Kakashi finally showed up, he explained that their mission was to escort Yuki and the film crew to Yuki no Kuni. They were also hired to be stuntmen, meaning they would also be part of the film. Apparently, Yuki had no desire in going to that country. When he heard this, Naruto started tailing Yuki, to make she doesn't try to run away again. "You are hopeless," Naruto said bluntly as he sat next to Yuki at the bar. "Why are you following me?" she asked. The actress was beautiful. Despite her emotionless face, she had long black hair and light-colored eyes. "Because my team's mission is to escort you to Yuki no Kuni. Letting you run away would make this pointless. So I'm nothing more than an objective to you?" Yuki asked. "You asked that like you care," Naruto commented. "I don't," she said, taking a swig of sake. "I admit I am surprised that you are so dull, yet you have so much energy in your scenes," Naruto said. "Being an actress is a job for the worst people," Yuki said. "You have to follow other people's script, act, and live in a world packed with lies. Truly stupid. We live in a world packed with secrets, both good and bad. What else is new?" Naruto said. "I suppose that's a fair point." Sendewa-sama, Yuki's personal assistant, and Sakura entered the bar. "Yuki-sama, the ship to Yuki no Kuni will depart soon," Sendewa said. "It's okay, I'm not boarding the ship," Yuki said. "You will," Naruto said, "even if I have to drag you." "You think you can?" Yuki asked. "You've yet to escape me," Naruto countered, making Yuki frown. "I guess it can't be helped," Kakashi said behind Yuki, making her turn to him. The moment she did, Kakashi used his Sharingan to place her in a genjutsu. Naruto caught her as she lost consciousness. On the ship, they placed her on her bed and let her sleep. "Naruto, if Yuki runs away during the mission, you will be the one to give chase," Kakashi said, knowing Naruto had done a good job of that so far. "Got it." During the cruise, the next day, Yuki rushed out of her room, disbelief on her face as she realized they were headed to Yuki no Kuni. Nevertheless, she now had to play her movie character, Funheim. She sure was able to change personalities fast, although she apparently needed eye drops to act like she was crying. The day after, an iceberg was in the way of the ship, therefore, the director decided to play the scene on the iceberg. In the middle of the shooting, however, an explosion happened, interrupting the shooting. Although they kept shooting, Team 7 immediately appeared in front of Yuki, ignoring the director's cry of outrage. A man with light blue hair wearing some sort of armor appeared. "Welcome to Yuki no Kuni," he said. "Nadaroga," Kakashi said. A woman appeared on top of an ice spike. "Welcome back, Koikiheim," she said mockingly. "Have you brought the hexagonal crystal?" Kakashi looked at Yuki in shock before feeling another presence. Another man appeared from beneath the snow, as expected from Kakashi Hatake. "Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, be careful of their armor. It amplifies the wearer's chakra and strengthens their jutsu, while absorbing ninjutsu and genjutsu," Kakashi explained. "Fubuki, Mizore, get Koiki. I have a score to settle with Kakashi," Nadar said. Kakashi charged at Nadar and they started fighting atop the iceberg. The film crew ran back to the ship, the camera still shooting. Naruto charged at Mizore, who pulled out a snowboard and charged through the snow. Mizore jumped off his snowboard and tried to punch Naruto, who dodged before kicking the man in the face. Mizore got up and went to punch Naruto in the gut with his massive gauntlet, but Naruto was more than fast enough to jump and axe-kick Mizore on the head. As Mizore was on the ground, Naruto unsheathed Muramasa and pierced Mizore's heart, the armor being unable to block the demon blade. Mizore's soul went inside Naruto through the hand pressed against the corpse. He looked at Sasuke's fight and saw Fubuki retreating by flying with her armor's makeshift wings. Suddenly, a giant horned whale made of ice split the iceberg in two. Two more rose from the water and broke the iceberg. Good thing everyone was back on the boat by then. "Cut!" The director said. "This will be a great movie. I can feel it." Nadar and Fubuki landed on the remains of the iceberg as the ship cruised away. "That blonde Gaki killed Mizore," Fubuki said. "It seems Kakashi is not the only one with skills in the squad," Nadar commented. "Naruto," Kakashi called out. "What's up?" Naruto asked before Kakashi showed him a necklace. "Isn't that Koiki's necklace?" "That's right, this is what they are after. According to Sasuke's opponent, I replaced it with an exact copy. I'm entrusting the real deal to you," Kakashi said. "Why me?" You have me chase Quirky if she runs away, Naruto asked. When have you ever failed me? Kakashi asked back, handing the necklace to Naruto. Later, Yuki no Kuni Harbor. I am sorry for deceiving you in such a way, but it was the only way to bring Quirkyheim back in Yuki no Kuni, Sandae explained to Team 7, and the director, Dodo, brother to the late Susetsu-sama, revolted and took over the country. The people thought Quirkyheim was gone for good, but I found her while she was on stage. I was overjoyed at her survival. It would have been better had I died that day, Quirky said as she entered the room. Please don't say that, Sandae pleaded. To the people of Yuki, the fact that you're alive is our only hope. The body may be alive, but my heart died a long time ago, Quirky said. My tears have dried up since the incident. I somehow managed to become Quirkyheim's manager and waited for the opportunity to bring her back. Sandae stood up and kneeled before Quirky. You must overthrow Doto and become our new queen. Out of the question, Quirky said bluntly. Don't joke with me. How will you ever defeat Doto? Quite easily, given that we're here, Naruto said, getting everyone's attention. He then looked at the director with a smirk. Besides, the movie must go on, right? Naruto Dano, Sandae muttered. The director laughed. Indeed. The dream of an entire country, and the efforts to overthrow a tyrant king. The perfect theme for the final Funheim movie. Wait a second, you can't be serious, Koyuki exclaimed. We are, Kakashi said. Now that Doto has discovered your presence, there is nowhere for you to hide. All you can do is fight. So it's decided. The film will continue, the director claimed. Everyone then moved in the country with car-like snowmobiles, which surprised Naruto. Most vehicles were non-existent in this world, probably because shinobi travel faster. The snowmobiles had to stop when two people needed to take a leak. Koiki tried to run away at that moment, but was caught by Naruto. If you run away now, you'll be killed by Doto, Naruto said. I don't care if I die, she said. Other people do, so put a lid on it, Naruto said as he dragged her back in one of the snowmobiles and kept an eye on her. The snowmobiles drove through a cave and stopped beyond it to film another scene. As they prepared the equipment, however, train tracks appeared from beneath the ice, making Naruto's eyes widen. Everyone, clear the way, he yelled, making everyone run away from the tracks. No sooner than that happened, loud noises were heard before a train exited the cave before stopping by them. It's been a while, Koiki, they heard a voice as a man stepped out of the train with a microphone. Koiki's eyes widened. Doto Kazuhana. It's been 10 years, hasn't it? Doto asked. Let me see your face. Before anything more happened, logs fell against the train from the cliff, getting everyone's attention. Armed soldiers, led by an armored Sandae, stood at the top of the cliff. The people of Yuki no Kuni dare stand against me? Doto asked. We shall do so, for Koikiheim, Sandae said, earning the soldiers' roar of agreement. Further away, the film crew were filming. The director was salivating at what he knew would be a great movie. Then you shall experience hopelessness, Doto announced as the train's weaponry was aimed at the charging soldier. It was a slaughter. The soldiers were shot by hundreds, if not thousands of kunai. None of them survived, although Sandae held on for dear life. Naruto charged and threw some shuriken at Doto, who blocked them, but that was enough to get his attention. Kakashi's eyes widened as he tried to head towards Naruto, but Nadar stood in his way. Fubuki did the same with Sasuke. Sakura stayed close to Koiki. Doto discarded his robes, revealing black chakra armor that seemed more advanced than those of his subordinates, and jumped in front of Naruto. Doto charged and tried to punch Naruto, only to punch the ground instead, breaking the icy surface. Impressive strength, Naruto said behind Doto. Or is the gauntlet making this effect? Both reasons, I assure you. Doto smirked as he made some hand signs. Hayatan, Kakuria Bofusetsu, he called out as he punched the air, unleashing a black dragon made of snow, aiming straight for Naruto. The impact made a lot of smoke. Doto smirked and looked up. The dragon's motion and power should launch the target in air when it hit. But Naruto wasn't hit. He shot out of the smoke and punched Doto straight in the yin-yang emblem of his armor, which covered the core. It now had a sizable crack. You accursed, Doto growled as he made more hand signs. Hayatan, Soryu Bofusetsu, he called out as a black dragon shot out of each fist. They circled around Naruto before merging and turning into a massive black tornado, catching everyone's attention. Doto started laughing. It's not over yet, Naruto's voice was heard. As the smoke from the tornado dissipated, He was revealed holding a Rasengan with 4 wind razor blades. That's... Kakashi realized, Minato-sensei, your son gets closer to surpassing you every day, he thought proudly. Naruto charged at Doto. The large man tried to punch Naruto, only for the fist to be ducked. Futon, Rasengan, Naruto said as he slammed the jutsu on the core, which was straining to absorb the chakra before breaking, sending Doto backward. What a terrifying jutsu, Doto thought as he remained on the ground, unable to move. Naruto approached and had Muramasa pointed at Doto's heart. Wait, Doto said, I have a final request. Naruto looked at Doto with a raised eyebrow, but stayed on guard. The treasure of Kazuhana, I have looked for it for years and I finally found it. I wish for it to be activated, even if only once. I shall tell you the location of the treasure. Naruto didn't see anything wrong with that. If it was a weapon, Koyuki probably wouldn't use it, or it will be destroyed. Very well, he said. Doto told the location of the treasure before Naruto pierced his heart, getting his soul through the hand pressed against the armor. After this, he returned to the group, who had all finished their battles as well. I notice you hesitated in killing Doto, Kakashi said. He told me the location of the Kazuhana treasure, Naruto explained. I'm curious about what it is. Naruto guided everyone to the location of the treasure. So, I have to put the hexagonal crystal in the slot? Koyuki asked. That's right, Naruto said as he pulled the necklace out of his sleeve and handed it to Koyuki, who was shocked as she looked at the necklace around her neck. Kakashi-sensei replaced it after the first battle. Koyuki looked indignant at that, but let it slide as she used the crystal to activate the treasure. The air was getting warmer and the snow and ice started to melt, showing grass and water. A machine that creates spring, Koyuki muttered. Suddenly, a hologram of Koyuki as a child appeared over the machine. When spring comes, I'll become a kind and strong princess that believes in justice. Child, Koyuki said. I did say that before, didn't I? Koyuki asked herself. You'll become one for sure. One day, the hologram of a man appeared and patted child Koyuki on her head before putting the hexagonal crystal around her neck. Chichiui, Koyuki said as she started crying, really crying. But I also want to be an actress. Child, Koyuki said, making her father and the real Koyuki laugh. Days later, Koyuki was inaugurated as queen and daimyo of the newly named Haru no Kuni, which would become Yuki no Kuni during winter. The soldiers that died in battle, including Sandayu, were given a proper burial. Team 7 eventually had to return to Konoha. After a few days back in Konoha, Team 7, except Kakashi, was getting a new B-rank mission. Team 7 will be protecting an important figure, in the allied country of Cha no Kuni, for an important event called the Todoroki Taisha Dedication Ceremony, an event that happens once every 4 years. Tsunade said, while the important figure is unknown, we do know that he is our client's racer for the ceremony. The messengers were defeated by an opponent's spy. If you encounter this spy, and depending on whom he is, this mission may very well become an A rank. You can count on us, Hokage-sama. Naruto, now representing the team due to his Chunin rank, said, I know I can, otherwise I would have given the mission to another team. Tsunade smirked. You have your mission, depart right away. You are to meet Jirocho Wasabi in Cha no Kuni by the end of today. Hurry up, ma'am, the team said before leaving. After they had grabbed the necessities, the team left for Cha no Kuni. When they got there, they stopped by a tea shop to grab a bite to eat. Just when they were relaxing, they were approached by a boy about their age or slightly older. To be drinking Ashiroko so carelessly on a beautiful day like this, he said, mockingly. Being a ninja must be an easy occupation. A ninja can die any day, and therefore must make the most out of life, Naruto said. And just like that, you countered my words. The boy turned to Naruto with a smirk. Idate Marino. Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said. Idate looked at Sakura with a smile as he leaned against the table. So what's your name, beautiful? Sakura had a pink hue on her cheeks. Sakura Haruno. Sakura, huh? Such a wonderful name, Idate said. Our meeting must be fate. How about we talk about the future? Sakura was full on blushing. The future? I'm talking about you quitting your job as a ninja and becoming my bride, Idate said. Sorry to disappoint you, pal, but she's aiming for the guy sitting next to her, Naruto said, talking about Sasuke. I see, what a shame, Idate sighed before smirking, as if, I hate all ninja, male or female, get out of Cha no Kuni or I won't let you go unharmed, he said before leaving. As soon as he left, the waitress arrived with their food and gave them 2 receipts. 2 receipts? Sakura asked. That boy said you would pay it, the waitress said. Naruto sighed. Whatever, I got the money for it, he said, pulling the bills. That can't all be from the missions we've done, Sakura commented, seeing the wallet's content. From the missions and from showing Godame-sama my devil's luck after seeing her rotten luck, Naruto explained. After the meal, the team headed for the Wasabi home, meeting Jirocho. Thank you, all three of you, for coming here. Do you three know of the Todoroki Taisha dedication ceremony? Jirocho asked. Naruto looked at Sakura, who shook her head, then at Sasuke, who did the same. Naruto looked at the Wasabi family head. None of us do, Naruto said. It all started with a legend from long ago, which says that when we dedicate the treasure orbs of Ryuko to the Todoroki Taisha, the storm will settle. Since then, it has become a customary event that happens once every 4 years. Initially, it was an event to dedicate the treasure orbs, but over time, it became a festival race, where person who comes in first will dedicate them. Recently, however, it has taken another form, Jirocho explained. A form of power? Naruto asked. In a sense, Jirocho nodded. In this port village, there are 2 clans, the Wasabi family and the Wagarashi family. As embarrassing as it is to admit, there are constant disputes and fights over the city boundaries. As things got out of control, civilians started getting caught in middle of the conflict, so one of the daimyo made a bargain. The leader of the village will be decided through an important event instead of fighting. Todoroki Taisha dedication ceremony, Naruto said. Precisely, Jirocho nodded. The Wagarashi family had hired a ninja's help 4 years ago and have done the same this time. Our messengers were ambushed by that very ninja. Jirocho bowed to the team. Please, lend us your strength. We cannot afford to lose this race against the Wagarashi family. What kind of allies would we be if we ignored you? Naruto said. Who are we guarding? Sasuke asked. Thank you, Jirocho said before clapping his hands twice, signaling for someone to enter. The door opened, revealing Idate Marino. Did you call for me, boss? He asked, bowing. How's it going, Idate? Naruto asked with a smirk, making Idate look up in shock. Oh, so you know each other, then that makes things easier. It really depends on Idate, who apparently hates ninja, Naruto said. Naruto started walking around the village with Idate. Boss Jirocho didn't have to beg to a ninja, Idate said. An eye for an eye, Idate. He asked the help of Konoha to protect you from the other ninja. That's all you should care about, Naruto said. It's not like we'll meet again after this is over. I guess you're right about that, Idate admitted. That night, the race was about to begin. The moment the sun rose, Idate and the Wagarashi racer, Fukazuka, started running, Fukazuka, towards the boat. Idate ran north, Team 7 followed him. Wondering what he was doing, they quickly reached a beach that had a boat. There's a seasonal wind around this time of year, Idate explained. I noticed it when looking at the clouds back at the starting line. You're saying this way is faster than the intended way because of the seasonal wind, Naruto figured out. Exactly, Idate said before going to a cabin and talking to an old man, who was the boat owner. After that, Idate and Team 7 sailed off. Naruto Sakura called over. What do you think about Idate? Depends on what you mean, Naruto said. That speed of his isn't natural. I wonder if he was a ninja of a hidden village, Sakura said. You mean you didn't notice? Naruto asked. Notice what? Sakura asked. His last name, he's Hibiki Marino's little brother. Naruto's words shocked Idate. My brother's alive? Idate asked. Why wouldn't he be? Naruto asked. Idate didn't answer, but remained deep in thought during the entire ride. When they ported on the north of Nagi Island, a green-haired man stood in the way. It's been a while, Idate, the man said. Idate's eyes widened. Aoi Rokusho. Aoi looked at Team 7 before looking back at Idate. I thought I taught you not to trust others, he said as he approached the group. Naruto stood between Idate and Aoi, brandishing Muramasa. Aoi grinned. Oh, a kenjutsu user, he said, pulling out a Vajra-like hilt. Idate recognized the hilt. That's... Aoi chuckled. The Naidame Hokage's Raiji no Ken, which you stole from me. I still remember that day like it was yesterday. How you failed the Chunin exams and I made you believe that if you brought me this sword, you would become a Chunin, he said before laughing. Naruto quickly recognized the similarities in the story and his own. Idate, Naruto said, catching everyone's attention. I have so much chakra in my body that, back during the academy days, I couldn't make a normal bunshin to save my life. I failed the graduation exam and one of my sensei, Mizuki, told me a secret. If I steal the forbidden scroll and learn a jutsu from it, I will become a genin. Sasuke and Sakura's eyes widened. Never having known that, Ide was shocked that someone had been in a similar situation to his own. I learned the Kage Bunshin inside that scroll, and then, when Mizuki tried to attack me for the scroll, I beat him up with the Kage Bunshin and brought him to the Hokage. I became a genin after showing my ability with the Kage Bunshin. Well, how about that? I said. Unlike you, Ide, this kid didn't run away and actually progressed in rank. It's so pathetic of you. You should just die. He activated the Raijin no Ken. It had a bright yellow blade that pulsed with lightning chakra, deserving of its name. I won't let you get in the way, Naruto said as he charged Aoi with Muramasa. The blades clashed. Why aren't you getting shocked? The Raijin no Ken shocks any target it gets in contact with, Aoi demanded. Against any normal targets, probably. But what about a wind user? Naruto asked with a smirk. Aoi's eyes widened as he looked at Muramasa's blade. He saw the wind chakra coating the blade. He was then kneed in the gut before Naruto completely sliced him, thanks to the wind chakra on the blade. Naruto picked up the hilt of the Raijin no Ken, wondering if he would get a bonus for bringing it back. He turned back to the group. Shall we go on? Naruto asked. Ide ran ahead while Team 7 burned Aoi's body. They quickly caught up to him. They no longer suffered any attacks. Ide made it to Madarokki's Shurin while Team 7 looked from afar. Apparently, Fukazuka took a break, thinking he would win because of Aoi. Imagine his surprise when he saw Ide taking the second treasure orb of Ryuko and running ahead. Without any interruptions, Ide easily outran Fukazuka and won the race. To the people's joy, the Cha no Kuni daimyo also disbanded the Wagarashi family for the suffering they had caused to the people. The next day, Team 7 left for Konoha and reported the mission to Tsunade. They received an A-rank reward, due to the presence of a Jonin as the enemy, raising the mission rank. Naruto also received a major bonus for returning the Raijin no Ken, Tsunade, being the Nidame's grandniece, as well as Koharu and Hamura, being the Nidame's students alongside the Sandame, were especially grateful. A few days later, Naruto was walking around the village with the Konohamaru Corps. In front of them was Sasuke, who was staring at Naruto intently, and Sakura, who had been following Sasuke with a worried look. You want something from me, Naruto stated. He could tell from Sasuke's gaze. Fight me, Sasuke said, shocking the rest of the group. You want to fight me? Not out here, I hope, Naruto said. Training Ground 7, Sasuke said. Naruto nodded and they all headed there. So, what spurred this on? Naruto asked. Sasuke stayed silent as he activated his Sharingan and got in his fighting stance. Naruto sighed as he braced himself. Sasuke charged and attacked, only for each fist and kick to be blocked or dodged. Quit being on the defensive and fight, Sasuke demanded. He almost immediately regretted saying that as Naruto's speed and strength were superior to his own. He dodged a fist, only to be kicked in the shin, punched in the gut, and then in the face, sending him to the ground. Sasuke roared in rage as he got up and his fist crackled with lightning. Sakura's eyes widened in horror while the trio of children were wondering what the jutsu was. You would use an A-rank assassination jutsu against your own teammate? Naruto asked. Now the Konohamaru Corps was also horrified. Naruto! Sasuke cried out as he charged. However, Kakashi appeared and caught Sasuke's wrist. What are you doing, Sasuke? Kakashi asked. Were you planning to kill Naruto? Sasuke merely stared at Kakashi. Chidori isn't a jutsu to use against a comrade, Kakashi lectured. Sasuke simply walked away. Sasuke-kun, Sakura muttered, worried that the cursed mark was probably doing something to him. Kakashi sighed. Well, I'd better catch up to him and keep him still so he'll listen. Kakashi turned to Sakura and I smiled. Don't worry. Once he and I have talked, everything will be back to normal. Sakura smiled and trusted her sensei's word. Naruto, Kakashi said, getting the blonde's attention, I never got to say this before, but Yandame-sensei would be proud that you mastered and completed his jutsu. He then walked away. He what? Sakura and the Konohamaru Corps thought. Sakura put that information at the back of her mind for now. She had more pressing matters at the moment. Naruto, we need to talk in private, Sakura said. The Konohamaru Corps pouted but complied. Sasuke-kun told me to say nothing about that to you, but after we got separated in the Forest of Death, Orochimaru gave Sasuke a weird mark on his neck. He went berserk when it first activated. Kakashi said it would no longer be a problem, but it activated again when he fought Gaara just before you. That face he had when the two of you fought just now, it was the same as when he went berserk, she said, distraught. Naruto sighed. That slippery snake sure gets in the way a lot, he said. Sakura looked confused. What do you mean? She asked. Apparently, before he died, the Sandaime did something that turned Orochimaru's arms to stone. He was there when we went looking for Tsunade. He was seeking her out to heal his ailment. Orochimaru said Sasuke would seek him out for power, Sakura said. Then all we can do is trust Kakashi-sensei's earlier words. Sasuke certainly won't listen to me until then, Naruto said. The next morning, Naruto was woken up by someone knocking on his door. It was Shikamaru, wearing his flak jacket. What's up? Naruto asked. Sasuke left the village, Shikamaru said grimly. Naruto sighed. I guess Kakashi-sensei was wrong about things going back to normal. Naruto and Shikamaru then gathered Choji, along with Kiba and Akamaru. They also met up with Niji and Lee, almost completely recovered. Shikamaru explained the situation to Niji, who agreed to join the mission. When they arrived at the gate, Shikamaru told the team his plan. It's very possible that Sasuke left the village guided by subordinates of Orochimaru. We must therefore prepare for an ambush. I have a formation that will allow us to immediately react to an enemy attack. It's a single-line formation. Kiba and Akamaru will be at the front. Your sense of smell can track Sasuke and detect booby traps carrying the enemy's scent. Behind Kiba will be me, as I can advise Kiba and use hand signals to command those behind me. The one in the center will be Naruto. His quick reactions and Kage Bunshin will allow him to reinforce everyone, both front and back. Next will be Choji. You may not have a lot of speed, but you sure pack a punch. With Kiba, myself and Naruto before you, you can then finish off the enemy after a surprise attack. At the back will be Niji, whose Byakugan will make sure the formation has no blind spot. Naruto! Sakura's voice called out, getting the group's attention. She was crying, bring Sasuke-kun back. I couldn't convince him to stay. I couldn't stop him from leaving. Only you will be able to do that. I'll see what I can do, but I'm certain that things won't be back to normal after this, Naruto said. Sakura knew that too. She wanted to deny it, but knew it was true. Naruto turned to the rest of the team. Let's go. They all nodded and went on their way. After the team evaded many traps, Niji had Orochimaru's subordinates in his Byakugan's view. They appeared to be resting. Shikamaru created an ambush plan and the team split up to circle them. Unfortunately, Shikamaru and Niji were found out. What's this? The dark gray-haired one said, I throw my kunai and found 2 bugs instead of a snake. Hold on. Shikamaru said, we're here to negotiate, not fight. The 6-armed one smirked. Then what are these? He said, pulling some spider webs attached to his fingers, bringing Naruto, Kiba and Choji into the open. Naruto unsheathed Muramasa and cut the spider wire tied to his ankle before landing on his feet. Kiba pulled out a smoke bomb and threw it at the Otonin. What's the point of the smoke bomb? The 6-armed one asked. My spider strings are thinner, yet much stronger than normal wires, so you can barely see them. I didn't think you had someone with such techniques, Shikamaru admitted. Doesn't matter, you're all done. FO. The 6-armed one stopped himself as he went stiff. Why can't I move my body? The entire Oto team had been in Shikamaru's Kagemain no Jutsu. But I have this technique, Shikamaru smirked. Thank you for unknowingly following my plan. I didn't think you had someone with such techniques, the dark gray-haired one said mockingly. But I have this technique. Suddenly, shuriken were thrown at Shikamaru from behind. He turned around to block them, but lost his focus on the Kagemain no Jutsu, freeing the team. Doton Kekai, Dorodoma! The largest member called out as he slammed his hands on the ground. Rocks formed around the Konoha team and imprisoned them in a dome. You guys go on ahead, the largest member said. I'll hold them off as long as they have chakra. Just be done quickly, Jirobo, the dark gray-haired one said as they left. From observation alone, it's a wall made of soil, Niji said. I don't know what this jutsu is, but we just have to break the wall, right? Kiba said as he performed Tsuga, a one-person version of Getsuga, on the wall. He made a sizable dent on the wall, but it repaired itself after a second. So it isn't just a wall, Niji said as he activated his Byakugan before his eyes widened. The walls are sucking our chakra out. Then we just have to break through the walls before everything is sucked out. Akamaru, Kiba called out as he gave his Niken a food pill. Akamaru's fur turned red after he ate the pills and transformed into Kiba. Both of them started using Getsuga with reckless abandon until they were exhausted. Whatever damage they made repaired itself, although Naruto and Shikamaru noticed some parts of the dome did so at a slower pace than others. Shikamaru stayed silent for a moment. Anyone out there? He called out. What is it? Wanna beg for your life? Jirobo asked. We won't pursue Sasuke anymore, so let us out. Shikamaru said. Too bad, Jirobo said. You guys are my meal. Why would I let you out when I have a buffet to restore my chakra? Then let one of us out, me for example, Shikamaru said, shocking Kiba. Naruto and Neji remained stoic while Choji started eating potato chips. What the hell are you saying? Kiba growled. Fighting amongst yourselves? Jirobo laughed. For the leader of the team to beg for his life, you revealed your true nature to try and escape danger. Fools like you don't deserve the responsibility of a squad. What a fine piece of trash you are. Choji stopped eating for a moment as his eyes narrowed before he continued eating. Naruto moved to another spot and pointed behind himself, right where Jirobo's voice came from. Shikamaru nodded. You would abandon Sasuke and sell out your comrades? Jirobo asked. Is that the standards for Konoha's Chunin? You don't deserve to be freed. Shikamaru smirked and turned to Kiba. Kiba, could you make a hole over there? He said, pointing at the wall that was completely opposite of Naruto. I don't know what you want, but how can I say no to going wild? Kiba said before focusing his chakra and using Tsuga once more to make a single dent on the wall. I need a marker, Shikamaru said. Naruto immediately threw a kunai that embedded itself in the middle of the dent that was slowly repairing itself. Choji, Shikamaru said. Choji made a hand sign, Baika no Jutsu. He said as he inflated like a balloon. His limbs retreated within his body and he started rolling towards the dent. Nikuden Sasha. Jirobo tried to use more chakra to solidify the dome, but Choji managed to break through the wall and everyone ran outside as the dome crumbled. You're the best, Choji, Shikamaru said as his best friend gave the team soldier pills to recover their chakra. You guys were able to escape my barrier, Jirobo stated. Looks like the others went on ahead, Shikamaru said as he saw only Jirobo in the vicinity. They aren't anywhere nearby, Neji said with his Byakugan active. Jirobo mockingly applauded them. You guys did well for trash. Who are you calling trash? Kiba growled as he charged, only for Naruto to stop him. He's not our priority, the blonde said. He's right, Neji said. We have to catch up to the others before Sasuke crosses the border. I'll hold him off, Choji said as he stepped forward and gave Shikamaru the bag of soldier pills. He wouldn't allow this guy to insult Shikamaru anymore. You guys go after Sasuke. Choji. Shikamaru trailed off, knowing exactly the secret weapon his best friend had. I'm not letting you get away, Jirobo said as he charged forward. Choji pulled out a small plastic case containing 3 colored pills and ate the green one before stopping Jirobo's charge. What? You better catch up, Choji, Shikamaru said as he and the rest of the team went on ahead. On the way, Shikamaru explained the 3 pills Choji kept. They were a special recipe of the Akimichi clan. Each pill gives their user an incredible burst of power, but damages the body due to the pills forcing the power up. It does so much damage that it's very likely to die if you eat the 3rd pill. They eventually caught up to the Odo team, who hadn't placed any trap as they thought Jirobo would be the one catching up. Shikamaru transformed into Jirobo to try and get the barrel, but got discovered as, unlike the real Jirobo, he didn't say anything about Tayuya's swearing. The 6-armed ninja told Sakan and Tayuya to go on ahead while he handled the group. He then spit spider web at Shikamaru, restraining him. Naruto then tried to attack from above. The Otonin made a ball of spider web. Ninpo, Kumo Sokai, he said as the ball turned into a large spider web. Naruto pulled out Muramasa and cut through the web, to the spider ninja's shock. As Naruto was coming from above, Kiba and Akamaru used the Getsuga from below. However, the spider ninja made some spider wire and pulled himself away. He then dodged Neji, who tried to attack from behind, and caught him in more webs. But thanks to his Byakugan and the Juken style, he was able to escape the webbing. Everyone, catch up with the others. I'll deal with this one, Neji said. I can fight him too, Naruto said as he freed Shikamaru, Kiba and Akamaru from the webbing. True, your katana can cut through his webbing, but you are the one with the best chances of getting Sasuke back. Sasuke is trapped in darkness, like I was before you defeated me. Go, Neji said. The team complied and left Neji behind. By sunrise the next day, they had caught up to the other Otonin. Shikamaru and Kiba charged at Sakan. Terin Ken, Sakan said as he punched them both multiple times in rapid successions. After he got them out of the way, Sakan went for Naruto, who smirked. Kiba appeared behind Naruto and pierced through him with the Tsuga. Naruto dispelled, being a Kage Bunshin, allowing the Tsuga to try and hit Sakan, who ducked at the last second. Meanwhile, Shikamaru trapped Tayuya in the Kageme no Jutsu, allowing Kiba, as he approached with the Tsuga, to grab the barrel that Sasuke must be in, as he was nowhere to be seen, and threw it at Naruto, who started fleeing with it. "We got Sasuke, let's get out of here," Kiba said as he and Shikamaru went to catch up to Naruto. However, Sakan, who now had marks across his skin, quickly caught up to them, but he had walked into the explosive tags Akamaru had set up during the surprise attack. But Sakan trapped Akamaru with ninja wire right next to an explosive tag. "Akamaru!" Kiba called out as he rushed to save his partner. When the tag exploded, all three of them fell down into a crevice. Tayuya approached the rest of the Konoha team. "Naruto, go on ahead, I will deal with her," Shikamaru said. However, Tayuya stopped before she could reach the team. To their confusion, a tall figure with bone-white hair landed on the barrel behind the duo of Chunin and took it away. "Kimimaro," Tayuya said with fear. "You've taken too much time," Kimimaro said. "Where are the others?" "We were the Sound Five. Why are you here?" Tayuya asked. "Your body?" "My body is broken. I am moving by willpower," Kimimaro said. "But still, I must bring the new container to Orochimaru-sama," he said as he left with the barrel. "Naruto, chase him," Shikamaru said. Naruto didn't hesitate a second. "Shikamaru will be all right." Naruto caught up to Kimimaro on an open area. "You understand I can't let you go just like that," Naruto said. "Then how should I kill you?" Kimimaro asked, more to himself than to Naruto, as something came out of Kimimaro's left sleeve. "Is that a bone?" Naruto couldn't help but ask. "It is," Kimimaro confirmed. "I have the Kagaya clan's Kekkei Genkai, Shikatsumiyaku. By infusing the calcium in my body with my chakra, I can manipulate the bones in my body as I see fit. As such, my body has a seemingly limitless amount of bones. Compared to everyone else, my whole body is a weapon, even more so than any other ninja." That got Naruto's interest. Truly a terrifying ability. If he could kill this guy, his Kekkei Genkai would be a boon later on. Naruto unsheathed Muramasa. "Shall we get started then?" he asked. "If you are so eager to die, then so be it," Kimimaro said. Naruto charged and Kimimaro tried to stab him, only for Muramasa to cut right through the bone needle and Kimimaro's arm by the length. To his shock, both of them jumped away from each other. "I had no idea there was a sword this sharp," Kimimaro said, uncaring of his limp, bleeding arm. Although the bones inside were slowly mending, he then pulled out a bone sword from his left shoulder. "However, this isn't the hardest I can make my bones. Even a chakra-infused blade cannot cut through something stronger than steel." Naruto charged again, infusing wind chakra to Muramasa's blade. The advantage to using wind was that it was especially useful when it came to slicing. Muramasa and the bone sword clashed for a moment before the bone sword was cut through. To Kimimaro's shock, Naruto used this opportunity to stab Kimimaro, who coughed blood. The mark on his torso started spreading. "If it hadn't been for the layer of bone armor under my skin, this would have been bad. But I will not, lose. I must bring this container to Orochimaru-sama," Kimimaro said as he jumped away from Naruto. Kimimaro's skin darkened as the marks spread across his entire body. It was dark gray, although it looked almost brownish compared to his grayed hair. His eye turned black and yellow, with black curved markings underneath his eyes. He had 6 bone spines sticking out of his back and a large dinosaur-like tail. Kimimaro charged towards Naruto, using his 2 foremost bone spines like bull horns. He was noticeably slower than before. It would be easy to do a vertical slice at his opponent's head, but Naruto was sure that's what Kimimaro was expecting. Kimimaro could easily sidestep, using one of his spines to deflect the sword before spinning to stab him with the second one. When Kimimaro was a foot or 2 away from him, Naruto threw Muramasa in the air, grabbed the bull by the horns, fell backwards and threw Kimimaro behind him with the charge's strength and weight. The moment he got up, Naruto caught Muramasa and charged towards the still falling Kimimaro, who turned his left arm into a giant bone drill and went for a stab. Naruto had to sidestep. Landing on his feet, Kimimaro pulled a spinal cord from his back. It was as limp and elastic as a whip. He lashed out his whip and Naruto caught it with his free hand. Kimimaro pulled, bringing Naruto closer, and went for a stab. Naruto quickly landed 1 foot on the ground and jumped over the drill. He then tried to run around Kimimaro to trap him in his own whip, but the Kaguya started spinning around, making the whip spiral around Naruto's arm and shoulders. Kimimaro once again went for a stab, but Naruto crouched and kicked the drill over his head. Having no other option, Naruto used his chains to restrain Kimimaro, who dropped the whip in shock. Now that he was free, Naruto charged and cut off Kimimaro's head. Naruto raised an eyebrow when he got not only Kimimaro's soul, but also Orochimaru's. Was it the cursed mark? Naruto was so focused in the fight, he hadn't noticed that the barrel was fuming, but he did hear the explosion. Sasuke was chuckling as he looked at his stage 2 of the cursed mark. His skin was darker. His hair went down to his lower back and turned dark blue. Sasuke, Naruto called out. Naruto, Sasuke said as he turned to face the blonde, revealing the 4-branch star-shaped mark on the bridge of his nose. He then noticed Kimimaro's corpse. Who's this? A lackey of Orochimaru. Now Sasuke, will you come back to the village with me or do I have to drag you? Naruto asked. Sasuke smirked. I don't have time to play childish games with you and Konoha. I must become stronger to kill Itachi, he said as he sprouted wings that looked like webbed hands. He ran and jumped to fly away with his new wings. Naruto quickly gave chase until the Valley of the End. Sasuke landed on the head of Madara Uchiha's statue. Naruto landed on Hashirama's head. You're not getting any further without a fight, Sasuke. Naruto called out. Sasuke retracted the marks and turned to Naruto. There were still some marks on his face, and his left eye was just like Kimimaro's. You're right, Sasuke said. I have my own path, and I won't let anyone get in my way. Naruto jumped the distance between both statues and the former teammates traded punches and kicks. The curse mark really gave Sasuke a boost to his strength, Naruto noticed. The fight then continued on the nearby waters. Sasuke used the water-walking chakra exercise while Naruto used the Undine Soul. Although there was little difference, Naruto didn't need to use chakra. Sasuke made a Chidori and Naruto made a Futon. Rasengan. The jutsus clashed, but Naruto overwhelmed Sasuke through elemental advantage, sending the latter flying backwards. For my Chidori to be pushed back when fully powered, Sasuke trailed off as the marks spread across his skin. A jutsu that is on even ground with the Chidori and having the advantage with his wind affinity. This mark better give me the power to defeat him or else I'm back to square one. Naruto discarded his coat. He had no idea of how much of a boost Sasuke receives through the seal, so it was prudent to do so. Speed wouldn't be enough, however. He flared Kyuubi's chakra. Sasuke's eyes widened as his Sharingan saw the Kyuubi's chakra. This was what Itachi was after. He would need the full power of the second state. He could feel it. So this is the power sealed within you. Sasuke trailed off as the marks covered his entire body, and he made a Chidori that had a dark gleam and sounded like flapping wings instead of chirping birds. Even with this, however, I am more special than you. Naruto stayed silent before looking at the statues of Konoha's co-founders. For such a fight to happen at the Valley of the End is quite the irony, he said. Sasuke smirked. You're right, it's the perfect stage for us. Let's finish this, Naruto, he yelled as he charged. Naruto made a Rasengan mixed with Kyuubi's chakra and his own, giving a purple color, as he also rushed forward. The clash of jutsu made a massive orb of chakra around the two of them. After the orb imploded, both of them were knocked back. The two of them stared at each other from each side of the valley. Even in this distance, Naruto could see it. The intensity of the battle allowed Sasuke's Sharingan to fully mature. Sasuke ran up to the top of Madara's statue and used the altitude to fly. The height allowed him to avoid any chains sent at him. Naruto cursed. After all of this, Sasuke managed to get away. There was nothing more he could do. Naruto-kun, he heard behind him. Shouldn't you be recovering, Lee? Naruto asked as Lee stepped next to him. No need to worry, Lee said as he looked at Sasuke's flying silhouette. It looks like I won't end up fighting. One of his hands balled into a fist. Although, if I had fully recovered, I could have opened the 8 gates and helped fight Sasuke-kun without getting in your way. Don't worry about it, Naruto said as he and Lee left the area. On the way back, he saw the area where he fought Kimimaro. There, he met up with Gaara, of all people. Naruto. Gaara greeted. Gaara, I'm surprised to see you here, Naruto admitted. As allies of Konoha, we received a request to assist your team on your mission. Temari and Kankuro are aiding some of your comrades. They rushed to Shikamaru's location, only to see Temari kill Taiya by summoning a sickle-wielding weasel that cut everything around him while riding the wind made by Temari's fan. Holy shit, Naruto said, catching Shikamaru and Temari's attention. Sasuke got away? Shikamaru asked. His curse mark went into a second stage that allowed him to fly. Being high above the ground allowed him to evade my chains, Naruto said. Shikamaru sighed. Eventually, Kankuro, along with a medic squad carrying Kiba and Akamaru, joined the group and they all headed to Konoha. They met up with Kakashi on the way, who asked where Sasuke was. Naruto explained the situation and Kakashi looked grim. The mission was reported a failure, but everyone made it out alive, barely. In Choji and Niji's case, Sakura was devastated that Sasuke wasn't back in the village. Jiraiya also came to Naruto and made him his apprentice. He also said Akatsuki would be taking a 2 to 3 year break. A couple of days later, Jiraiya came to Naruto with an S-rank mission. Sakura was planning to leave the village to chase Sasuke. They are to meet up with her before she leaves and assist her. If they don't catch up to her fast enough, she would become a Nukenin. Fortunately, they caught up to her in a flash. What could you possibly do alone? Naruto asked behind her, making her turn around in shock. And Naruto? Sakura asked. If you couldn't stop him by yourself here in Konoha, you'll only get yourself killed by trying the same in enemy territory, Naruto warned. But I have to get Sasuke back, Sakura argued. Naruto sighed. You're so lucky this turned into a mission. Sakura blinked in confusion. A mission? That's right, Jiraiya said, suddenly appearing. Sakura was awed at meeting another member of the Sannin. We are to investigate Ta no Kuni, where Otogekyu no Sato, and Sasuke, is said to be situated. By dawn, they had reached Ta no Kuni. It seems like a calm and peaceful land to me, Sakura commented. We aren't even reached Oto yet, Jiraiya said. This is Ta no Kuni. The daimyo needed military power and allowed Orochimaru to make a base of operation in this country when that snake came with an offer. They eventually reached a post town. Jiraiya then said he would need money for his investigation. Naruto stopped Sakura as she pulled out her wallet. This old pervert will spend it all on sake and girls and bars. Don't waste your money. Besides, he's the author of Ika Ika Paradise. He has more than enough money, Naruto said, causing Sakura to put away her wallet. While Jiraiya investigated in the town, Naruto and Sakura waited for him in the outskirts of town, as he ordered. After waiting a while, some kunai were thrown at them. A masked ninja revealed himself. So, Orochimaru already sent someone after us, huh? Naruto said. You mean, you're not subordinates of Orochimaru? The masked ninja, whose voice revealed was female, asked. She then used a smoke bomb and ran away. Naruto! Jiraiya's voice echoed in the area. They looked in the direction it was coming from and saw the sage himself running away from armed people. Bar bouncers, Naruto imagined. Naruto sighed and pulled out Muramasa. He charged, deflected the bouncers' weapons with his katana and knocked them out. Nothing would be gained from killing them. Are you so drunk that you are worthless against barely trained civilians? I'm honestly reconsidering your offer of apprenticeship. Don't say that, Gaki. I trained the Yondaime, who trained Kakashi. Jiraiya said. You'll go far with my training. I already taught you the Yondaime's Rasengan, remember? You even surpassed the Yondaime when it comes to that jutsu. Sakura was shocked at Jiraiya's words and remembered Kakashi's praise. That's right, Naruto did something better than the Yondaime. I knew he was strong, but first Sasuke-kun with Kakashi-sensei's Chidori and now Naruto with one of the Yondaime's original jutsu? She truly felt like she didn't belong in the former team. So, who were those people and why were they chasing you? Naruto asked, despite knowing the answer. It was 1,000 times too pricey for the quality, Jiraiya claimed. Naruto sighed and Sakura realized that her teammate was right about Jiraiya earlier. As they reached another town, they saw that it was much more violent than the last one. While Jiraiya went back to his investigation, Naruto and Sakura bought something to eat and went back to a shrine they walked by. On their way, the masked ninja from earlier rushed out the bushes. Injured kunai were thrown at her, but Naruto blocked them with Muramasa. A man appeared and tried to slice him with some scissor-like pincers, only for Naruto to kawarimi with the masked ninja. Sakura did the same as she fought another ninja. They escaped to the shrine. The masked ninja tried to escape, but she was injured. I have ointment, show me your wound, Sakura said. The masked ninja looked at Naruto before looking away. Naruto got the message. I'll keep watch outside, Naruto said as he walked out. Moments later, Sakura called Naruto back in. The ninja had removed her mask, revealing her long orange hair. My name is Sasami Fuma, she introduced herself. The people who are chasing me are Otonins serving under a man named Orochimaru. I am sorry for mistaking you for Otonin last time. We are looking for Orochimaru. Please, tell us what you know, Sakura requested. It all began when the daimyo wanted to expand the country's territory. He tried to do so by attacking a neighboring country. Since our country's ninja are so low in numbers, it was only natural that we'd lose. The ninja clans all fell in ruins, including my clan of Fuma. Some ninja left the country and became thieves. Even so, we, of the Fuma clan, believed in the revival of our clan and continued to live in the shadows. Eventually, a messenger from Odo came to us. He said that Orochimaru was interested in our techniques and that we could join him. Depending on our efforts, my cousin, Arashi Niken, was the light of hope for the clan's revival. He went with the messenger as a representative of the Fuma clan. We waited to hear word from him, but Sasami trailed off. Nothing? Naruto guessed. Sasami nodded. But I will save Arashi Niken. I may be small, weak and a burden in ninja training, but Arashi Niken always helped me. Everyone in the village gave up on me, so I went to Oto alone. So that's why you were being chased, Sakura realized. Just then, a spider fell from the ceiling. Naruto and Sakura looked up to see an armada of spiders covering the ceiling. Were we being followed? Naruto wondered as he went outside. The whole place was covered in spider webs. Ninpo, Kozakagumo, a voice echoed. My cute children made a road of silver threads and showed me the way to you guys. We will have to take care of you guys, now that you're informed of the situation. Ninpo, Orijigoku no Jutsu. Another voice called out as the entire shrine started sinking into the ground. A hunchback man appearing from the ground and was about to throw some shuriken at Naruto. But Naruto appeared before him and swiped Muramasa at his enemy. The hunchback jumped up in the air to dodge, stopping the jutsu. But Naruto jumped just as high and attacked again and made a gaping wound on the man before kicking him away. Two more men jumped out of hiding and carried the hunchback away. I was about to help, but you didn't need any, Jiraiya said as he appeared next to Naruto. Where's Sakura? In the shrine with a Fuma ninja who was being chased by those three, Naruto said as Sakura and Sasami walked out of the shrine. Oh? Is this the Fuma ninja? Jiraiya asked as he looked at Sasami. Back off, pervert, Sakura said. Sasami hid behind Sakura when she heard the title Sakura gave Jiraiya. Whoa there, I'm only interested in mature women, Jiraiya said quickly, waving his hands frantically. Sakura then introduced Sasami and explained her story to Jiraiya. The Fuma clan, huh? Jiraiya said, I encountered some fugitives from the Fuma clan while doing some information gathering. More bar bouncers? Naruto deadpanned. Jiraiya ignored Naruto's comment. The boss was called Hanzaki. Hanzaki and his group are traitors, Sasami said. Did they do anything? Other than trying to steal my money, no, but after beating them up, I asked them about Orochimaru's hideout, but they didn't know anything. I can guide you guys there, Sasami said. Sasami led the three to a bunch of mountains, where she said Orochimaru's hideout was deep within. Jiraiya, being hungry, suggested they eat before risking combat within the enemy hideout. Naruto and Sakura complied while Sasami seemed reluctant, but said she would make tea as she made a campfire further away. Sasami returned and gave everyone their tea. They all took a swig and fell unconscious. Sasami shot a flare in the air and waited until two guys appeared before her. Did you succeed? The first guy asked. As you can see, all three of them are here, Sasami said. Good work, the second guy said. You will let me see Arashi Niken now, right? Sasami asked. After we finish them off, yes, the second guy said as he walked closer. But you said they would be taken to Orochimaru-sama for inspection. Sasami said. Their heads are enough, he said. Sasami stood in his way, but was knocked aside. Before she hit the rock, Naruto caught her. The drug didn't work. The second guy asked. We saw it coming a mile away, Naruto said as the Kage Bunshin that served as bait dispersed. Sakura appeared next to Naruto and took the unconscious Sasami from him. Naruto approached the two men. You guys need to be taught a lesson, he said as he pulled out Muramasa. Sasami helped of her own free will, the second guy said. After you fed her a lie, Naruto countered. All for the resurrection of the Fuma clan, the man said as he charged. But he was too slow for Naruto, who gave him a bleeding wound to the upper body. The other one tried running away, but Jiraiya appeared before him, spit the tea at his face, and used the Rasengan on him. Naruto blocked a kunai that came from the newly arrived third member. Seeking revenge for that wound? Naruto asked. Your jutsu will be useless in this rocky area, Jiraiya said. True, the hunchback said, when an antlion larva emerges from the ground and spreads its wings from its shell, it shines for an instant. That's when it dies as a mayfly. He then turned into shed skin and a female figure rose. She also sprouted chakra wings. Orochimaru-sama promised the clan a place where the sun will shine again, she said. For that, I plan to use this jutsu that I can use only once in my life. She then rose in the air and made some hand signs, Kajiro Ninpo, Utakata. Her wings lengthened and attacked Naruto and Jiraiya, who brought Naruto closer to him, and used the Gamaguchi Shirbari to protect themselves. This disgusting jutsu again? Naruto asked. If I hadn't summoned that, I wouldn't have been able to block her chakra, Jiraiya said as he cancelled the summoning. They looked up to the girl, who turned into a flash of light before falling on her allies and teleporting away. Later, Jiraiya explained that he saw through Sasame's ploy when she called Hanzaki a traitor. But Hanzaki told him that the ninja who left Orochimaru after seeing his true self were branded traitors. Sasame was about to use a kunai on herself, but Jiraiya slapped the kunai away. Jiraiya told Sasame to guide them to Orochimaru's hideout before going to Hanzaki's side. Sasame happily accepted. This was a much better fate than expected. After Sasame guided the trio to the entrance of Orochimaru's hideout, Jiraiya summoned a small orange toad named Gamakichi to scout ahead. As they followed Gamakichi, the base was simply too quiet. They ended up in a room that split off into 3 different ways. Naruto and Sakura went to the middle, Jiraiya to the right and Gamakichi to the left. Naruto and Sakura were careful for any trap in the corridor. Naruto jumped back as he almost fell into a trap door. They walked a different direction. It was so dark they had to take a candle to see around them. They eventually reached a large room with a lot of pillars. Good work making it this far, Naruto-kun, Sakura-san, they heard a voice. Kabuto, Naruto said, shocking Sakura. Kabuto walked closer, revealing himself. I'm not surprised you made it here, Naruto-kun, though I wonder if Sakura-san would have been able to, on her own, he said. After all, she was the one holding the team back. She's quite pathetic compared to you and Sasuke-kun. Where is Sasuke-kun? Sakura asked, trying her best to ignore Kabuto's words. You should be worried about Jiraiya-sama instead. He may not be in this world anymore, Kabuto said. You should be careful not to underestimate someone who is on equal footing with Orochimaru, Naruto said. True, well, I'd love to stay and have my revenge for the humiliating defeat you gave me, Naruto-kun. But I mustn't keep Orochimaru-sama waiting, Kabuto said. They then heard Orochimaru's chuckles as he walked closer. Sakura was scared simply by seeing him close. Poor girl, Orochimaru mocked. She's trembling like a pup. She truly does not fit in a team alongside 2 powerful boys like Naruto-kun and Sasuke-kun. Kabuto, end her suffering, he said as he walked away. Yes, Kabuto said as he walked closer to the duo. Wait! Sakura called out, where is Sasuke-kun? Tell me you haven't taken over his body yet. Normally, we would have made you believe that he couldn't handle the seal. But Naruto-kun saw him using the seal's full power. He would have seen right through the lie. You are quite the problem, Gaki, Orochimaru said as he walked out of the room. What a shame, really, I would have loved to see the horror on your face, Sakura-san, Kabuto smirked. Naruto-san. Sakura-san. They heard Sasame call out as she and Gamakichi ran up to them. Sasame Kabuto sighed. Now that you're here, my techniques won't work. Kabuto pulled on his face's skin, which was a mask, and revealed the winged girl from earlier. Kajiro-sama, Sasame said, but your jutsu. I was revived by Orochimaru-sama. Kajiro smiled. Where's Sasuke-kun? Sakura asked. And Arashi Naiken? Sasame asked. If you want to see Erasure, go through that door. Kajiro pointed at the door Orochimaru went through. But I would advise not to. You may not like what you see. What about you? Sasame asked. Me? I wanted to fight for Orochimaru-sama. But I know I am outmatched, Kajiro said as she looked at Naruto. I cannot defeat you, this I knew after our first encounter. I simply desire the revival of the Fuma clan. Orochimaru doesn't care about any desire but his own. To trust your future in his hands is dangerous, Naruto said. Perhaps go see Erasure. If that's what you want, I won't stand in your way, Kajiro said. However, the door opened and revealed Orochimaru. So you are here, Sasame, Orochimaru said, pulling the mask that was his face to reveal Erasure Fuma. Arashi Naiken, Sasame said as she ran to hug him, but Erasure stopped her. I am no longer Erasure, Erasure said as he turned into a monstrosity. His skin darkened and he grew a large bump on his back that had the face of the Kajuro's former comrades. The bodies and jutsu of the Fuma Jonin have become one within me, Erasure said. I have been reborn to become the strongest ninja. Now, I will show you my strongest jutsu. Naruto stepped forward. Naruto-kun, I have been warned about you, Erasure said, but you cannot defeat me. Arashi Naiken! Sasami called out. The old Erasure is dead. Erasure said, the one in front of you is just a lump of meat kept alive by Ninpo, Shishakuatsu. Jigimo, attack! One of the faces grew arms and attacked Naruto, who jumped away to dodge. Sasami tried to stop this, but Sakura knocked her out and she, along with Gamakichi, ran away while carrying her. Jigimo spat out spider webs to restrain Naruto, but the blonde pulled out Muramasa and cut the webs. Kamakiri! Erasure called out as the second face grew an arm and attacked with the scissor-like pincers. Naruto dodged and cut off the hand, making Kamakiri's face scream. Sasami, who regained consciousness, ran towards her cousin. She jumped and stabbed Jigimo. Please go back to the way you were before, Arashi Naiken. Erasure grabbed Sasami by her clothes. I told you the old Erasure is dead. However, Jigimo's face lost its power and Erasure gasped. After a moment, he put Sasami down. I'm sorry, Sasami, I wanted power. I wanted to be powerful enough to revive the clan. I know you did, Sasami said, but you're back, let's go home. Erasure shook his head. I can't, I'm a monster. You're not, Sasami said. This form hurts, Erasure said. Sasami, kill me. However, Kamakiri's eyes started glowing and Erasure returned to his monstrous personality. Erasure picked up the dropped scissor pincers and attacked Sasami, only for Naruto to block them with Muramasa. You, Erasure growled. You came to your senses when one face was destroyed, Naruto said. Let's do that again, shall we? He said as he cut right through the pincers and Kamakiri's arm. Kamakiri's face screamed and melted, giving Erasure complete control of his body and returning him to his normal form. Arashi Naiken! Sasami called out. I'm sorry, Sasami, Erasure said. I made you suffer, didn't I? That's not true. The one who was suffering the most is you, Sasami said, but you're all right now, right? I am not. The jutsu that merged Kamakiri and Jigimo to me will take me over again. I cannot live anymore, Erasure said. Don't say that, Sasami cried. Please, you must kill me, Erasure said. Suddenly, a giant toad crashed through the ceiling with Jiraiya on its back. Sorry for the delay. I had my own problem to deal with, he said as he looked at the unconscious extra passenger, a woman he fought. Naruto-kun, Orochimaru gave us an order to keep Sasuke away from Konoha. Orochimaru needs to protect Sasuke as his next container to transfer into him in 3 years, Erasure said. Naruto looked at Sakura, who nodded and dragged a struggling Sasami away. Arashi Naiken! Sasami called out. Sasami, do you want me to turn back into this? Erasure said, looking down at Kamakiri and Jigimo, who were clinging to him to control him again. I must die to be free from Orochimaru's control. Sasami looked away, crying. Erasure looked at Kajuro, who had stayed away from the entire fight. Kajuro, can you look after Sasami for me? He said. Kajuro nodded. Erasure closed his eyes, awaiting his liberation. Everyone closed their eyes in respect for the young man. Naruto brought Muramasa up before bringing it down. The sound of a blade cutting through flesh echoed in the room, making Sasami sob even more. Everyone, including Gamakichi and Kajuro, climbed on the large toad, which jumped through the hole in the ceiling to reach the outside. The next day, the team prepared to leave as what was left of the Fuma clan saw them off. Well, we couldn't find Sasuke, but we found out he's alive, Jiraiya said. Knowing we have 3 years to find him is good enough for now. Sakura nodded in agreement as she sulked in the fact that she once again depended on Naruto instead of doing her part. But no more, she would ask Tsunade for apprenticeship. Naruto and Jiraiya, Sasuke and Orochimaru, Sakura and Tsunade, each member of Team 7 would receive training from a member of the Sannin. Naruto was relaxing in Training Ground 7, but that moment was interrupted by a surprise visitor. How's it going, Kyuubi brat? The familiar man in front of him asked. It's been a while, Mizuki, Naruto said. A year, if I remember right. You certainly put on some muscles since then. It was true, Mizuki was quite bulky compared to last time. I'm not the only one who's changed. It seems, I heard you're quite the hero. It disgusts me that the village can't see you for what you are. Mizuki scowled. And you risked getting into the village to get revenge against me? Naruto asked. Don't worry about me getting found out. I have friends that will hold people off, Mizuki smirked. Is that right? Well then, since you're so desperate to be beaten to a pulp, I'll comply, Naruto said as he pulled out Muramasa. Wielding a sword now, huh? Won't do you much good, Mizuki said as he pulled out a kunai. Both charged and clashed blades. Muramasa cut through the kunai and made a bleeding wound on Mizuki's upper body. Mizuki backed away upon receiving the wound, but Naruto didn't hesitate in kicking him in the face. You hit much harder than you did a year ago, Mizuki said as he got up and held his bruising cheek. He pulled up bottle filled with red liquid. I was right to make this before coming here. Good thing the Nara labs had all the ingredients needed. He drank the content of the bottle before dropping it on the ground. He grew in size and in muscles. Tiger stripes appeared on his face and biceps in a similar fashion to the cursed mark. So, Orochimaru was behind what you did back then, Naruto said. I wouldn't say behind. I wanted to take the Forbidden Scroll to him as an offering, Mizuki said. Be honored, you'll be my first kill in this form, he said as he charged with greater speed than before. Naruto jumped aside from Mizuki's punch, making him hit the ground. From the dent of the ground, he also gained a lot of strength. You're not the only one who can go faster, Naruto said as he discarded his coat. Both of them charged at each other. Naruto had the speed advantage, considering Mizuki's size did not help his mobility. Naruto swept Mizuki's legs and kicked him in the air. He jumped and was about to use Muramasa on Mizuki, but the criminal twisted himself to dodge and landed on the ground. This isn't enough, Mizuki growled to himself. I underestimated you last time, fox brat, and I almost did it again. Not anymore, he roared and went into a second stage. He looked like a humanoid tiger. Shall we? I've seen enough of Orochimaru's doings to know that such things have dangerous side effects, Naruto said. I wonder what will become of you. Mizuki snarled and charged. His new form made him lose a lot of speed. Naruto dodged again, and the ground had an even larger crater than with Mizuki's dent on the ground. More strength for the sacrifice of speed. Strength alone isn't power, Mizuki, Naruto said as he dodged Mizuki's attacks and swiped Muramasa at Mizuki with every dodge. By the end, Mizuki had a lot of bleeding wounds. Damn fox brat, even with this power, Mizuki growled. At that moment, two large men were thrown in the training ground. Tsunade calmly walked up to the large men she finger-flicked in the training ground. I sure met you in a weird place, Raijin, Fujin, Tsunade said to the men. Team 10, along with Iruka, followed after Tsunade. They all noticed Naruto and Mizuki? Iruka asked in shock. Hey there, Iruka, Mizuki grinned sadistically, despite his injuries. That's Mizuki-sensei. Ino asked with disbelief. Good job handling Mizuki, Naruto, Tsunade said. He was too slow for me, especially after he revealed this tiger form. Naruto shrugged. You damn brat, Mizuki growled, but fell on his knees and cried out in pain. He shrunk in size and his skin wrinkled until he looked 4 times his age. What's happening to me? And there's the side effect I was talking about, Naruto said. Your cells are destroying themselves, Tsunade explained, all because the medicine you made, according to its recipe, was incomplete. That's a lie, Mizuki yelled. It's the Kyuubi brat's fault. I know it is. Naruto sighed and turned to the confused Team 10. Beyondame didn't kill the Kyuubi. He sealed it within me. As you can tell from hearing Mizuki, there are people who see me as the Kyuubi in human form. That's stupid, Ino said. Sure, you have cute whiskers on your cheeks, but there's nothing else that proves that you're the fox in human form. Shikamaru and Choji nodded in agreement, except for the cute part. Regardless, this is a beyond S-rank secret. If you reveal this to anyone, the consequences will be dire, Tsunade warned. Team 10 nodded in acknowledgement. Later, Mizuki and the legendary Stupid Brothers, Naruto snorted when he heard the nickname, were taken back to prison. He had heard that every inmate had escaped, but were recaptured with the exception of Mizuki and the brothers. Thankfully, the brothers returned after being scared by Tsunade and Mizuki couldn't struggle. A few days later, Naruto was summoned to the Hokage office. Inside were Team 8, except Kurenai due to being injured during the inmates' escape. Tsunade and Shizen. Hinata blushed when she saw Naruto enter. You called for me? Naruto asked. I did, Tsunade said. Shino said he may find a bug that can help us find Sasuke. I want you to assist them. Yes, ma'am, Naruto said. After taking some time to gather some preparations, and something of Sasuke's in his old apartment, Naruto met with Team 8 at the entrance. Shino told him that the bug in question could possibly evolve to a specific stage during the mission and they would need something with Sasuke's scent right away. In 2 days they reached their destination. They had to climb down a cliff to reach the Bikuchu forest, as Shino said it was called. As they walked in the forest, they saw all kinds of bugs. Shino showed the others a picture of a female Bikuchu, with the main characteristic being its head. It had an elephant-like trunk. During the search, Shino, Kiba, and Hinata found out that there were people concealing their presence and observing them. After all 3 of them have techniques useful for tracking someone or something. Naruto and Team 8 agreed to wait and see, otherwise conflict might put the Bikuchu in danger. During sundown, Naruto told Shino he found a bug that looked like Bikuchu, but was way bigger than a horse. Shino said it was called Bikuchumo and that they were very vicious. If you touch its nose, it may try to eat you. During the second day, they made no progress and the observers hadn't made a move yet. By the third day, the trackers of the group felt that it would rain sometime during this day. Shino said they had until the next morning to find Bikuchu. Unfortunately, they didn't find anything before it rained. Fortunately, Hinata's Byakugan was advantageous in the rain, as the environment's temperature dropped, making plants and animals more visible to her. She found the Bikuchu, which was on a tree close by. Naruto, with his speed, easily caught the bug and put it in a container, provided by Shino. No mistake about it, Shino said, that's a female Bikuchu. Knowing the capture mission was a success, they headed for the cliff to leave. But before they could leave, they were attacked by the observers. They were IWA shinobi. How unfortunate, the girl of the group said. We were hoping to capture one of you and exchange them with the Bikuchu. But you never left each other's sides. Still, we can deal you all easily. She went through some hand signs. Ninpo, Hakimitsu no Jutsu. A large swarm of bees charged to the Konohinin. Naruto stepped in front of the team and cut down the bees with Miramesa. But every time he cut a bee, some sticky honey would get on him and make it harder for him to move. It's no use, the girl smirked. This honey is strong enough to immobilize you. Naruto chuckled, to everyone's confusion. Good thing I have just the thing to get me out of this, he said as he flared Kyuubi's chakra. The corrosive chakra quickly melted the honey. A Jinchuriki? The glass-wearing male said, confusing Team 8 with the title. He looks skilled as well. Suzumabachi, we don't stand a chance against the Jinchuriki, the other male said. The girl, Suzumabachi, cursed. She hated to admit it, but it was true. Jinchuriki, due to using their tenant's power, were very powerful. That was why they were always in the front lines during the wars. They also had his allies to consider, an Aburame, a Hyuga and an Inuzuka. She wasn't sure if her summon could handle them all. The IWA team had no choice but to retreat. Naruto sighed, knowing he had to explain this again. He turned to Team 8. What I used was the Kyuubi no Kitsune's chakra, sealed within me by the Yondaime Hokage. Wait, so the Yondaime didn't kill the Kyuubi? Kiba asked. He did not, Naruto said. For what reason he sealed it within me, I don't know, he lied. At any rate, you shouldn't say anything about this. This is a beyond S-rank secret. Team 8 nodded and they all headed back to Konoha. By dawn, the Bikuchu laid an egg. By the time they made it back to the village, it became a pupa and was about to an adult Bikuchu. They placed the belonging of Sasuke that Naruto brought with him, a shirt, and waited until the insect smelled the shirt. Strangely enough, the Bikuchu went inside the village and into Sasuke's apartment. Naruto sighed, having a theory. During the mission to get Sasuke back, he was in a barrel. Probably for some sort of ritual to access the second stage of the curse mark. The ritual probably changed his scent as well, alongside adjusting his body to the mark and some other things. Since the Bikuchu couldn't find the source, it went for what had a similar scent. Team 8 altogether sighed at this. When they reported the mission, Sakura was even more devastated. They had been so close. A few days later, while walking along a river, Naruto found 3 unconscious men floating on the water. He carried all 3 of them to the hospital, unknown to him. Lee saw him and started redoubling his training. In the hospital, they explained their predicament to Tsunade. Apparently, a family took over their village and killed for no reason. Tsunade sent Team Guy, except Guy due to having another mission, and Naruto on the mission to escort the men back to their village, and get rid of the invading Kurasuki family. When they recovered, the 3 men guided the team to their village. They eventually arrived in a curry shop that Lee was familiar with. The old lady tending to the shop even remembered him. Sancho Obasan's curry saved my life, Lee said as they waited for the food Sanho was cooking. It was around the time I became a genin. Guy-sensei was teaching me offensive and defensive moves. Ah yes, I remember those days, Sanho said. Lee-san and his sensei were jogging along the road. Eventually, they jogged by the shop again, sleep jogging. That was a surprising sight, indeed. By the third day, Lee collapsed, my son, Karasher, and I tried to wake him up, but to no avail. Even my curry couldn't wake him up. Karasher and I then made an even spicier curry, which woke him right up, she said as she gave them all a plate of curry. Since Sancho Basin put all her efforts making this, let's eat, Lee said enthusiastically. Itadakimasu. Lee took the first bite while everyone watched intently. It was so hot. His face was glowing pink. So good. The spice is perfect. He then started eating with gusto. Naruto didn't take any chances. He focused a bit of Kyuubi's chakra on his tongue to heal whatever burns he would get and started eating. Holy shit, it's burning hot. He thought. He highly doubted he would be able to eat this if he couldn't heal his tongue. Lee was a tough guy indeed. The others weren't so lucky. Tenten and Niji were red in the face from the heat, and the three civilians fell face first on the table. By the way, where is Karashi-kun? Lee asked. Sanho slumped. After seeing you train so hard, Karasher became a happy and energetic boy. But he became so energetic that he left the village. I suppose it's my fault for always saying he should be stronger. I will become a man. I will enter the Kurasuki clan, he said. Lee's eyes were shadowed by his hair. It's my responsibility. He turned to Naruto. Naruto-kun. Please add Karashi-kun's retrieval to the mission objective. Naruto nodded, of course. Sanho was relieved. From now on, this place will be our meeting point. We shall observe the village, make a plan and put it into action. The trio of genin agreed. Naruto turned to their clients. It would be best if you remained here. You may get in trouble if you're found out. The three of them stayed silent. That night, however, one of the three clients, Rokusuke, disappeared. Apparently, he went back to the village on his own. Because of the man's recklessness, the team had no choice but to attack now. By morning, they reached the village. They found the people being enslaved into mining workers. When an old man collapsed because the work was too much for him, 4 members of the Kurasuki clan threatened the old man with a funeral. Lee charged in and knocked the 4 members out. What have you done? The old man asked when the team landed next to Lee. A bell sounded soon after. Have we been found already? Tenten wondered. No, it's the funeral bell, the old man said. Funeral? Niji asked. The Kurasuki family rules this village. Their boss, Raiga, makes funerals for those who have betrayed them while they're still alive. Buried alive? Tenten gasped. The worst part is Raiga cries and grieves openly every time. Whose funeral is it? Naruto asked. I hear Rokusuke was found and captured, the old man said. The team quickly rushed to the graveyard and hid. Niji used the Byakugan to see through the soon-to-be-buried coffin. The old man spoke true. Inside the coffin is Rokusuke, still alive. There's still time to save him. The team threw smoke bombs at the Kurasuki clan members surrounding the coffin. Most removed their cloaks and prepared for combat while one ran away and hid in fear. Each Konohinin quickly and flawlessly took out the members before them. Tenten used the staff to knock out those surrounding her. Niji knocked them out with the Juken. Naruto and Lee also used taijutsu to knock them out. The last one was cowering in fear. He tried to step back, but tripped. His hood fell from his head and revealed his face. Karashi-kun? Lee asked. Please tell me you joined the Kurasuki family of your own free will, like Sancho Basin said. So what if I did? Karasher asked. Raiga-sama is a great man. He freed the village from the evil people, and makes the people work in the mines and buries people alive. Naruto countered. Naruto-kun, leave this to me, Lee requested. Naruto stepped back and used the opportunity to free Rokusuke. Karashi-kun, didn't you save my life with the curry of life? Why would you, who can make such wonderful curry, join a family that takes people's lives? No one praises you for making curry, Karasher said bluntly. Since I was born a man in this world, I must gain power and use it to control heaven and earth. It's better than working in a store that's falling apart and rarely has any customer. Lee punched Karasher in the face, sending him to the ground. Karashi-kun, it wasn't just my life that was saved by the curry that you and Sancho Basin made. If you put your whole heart into it and make a lot of curry, you can save lives. Even for a person like myself, if I put all of my heart into it, nothing is impossible. That's what you taught me after I ate that curry. I see the Karashi-kun of back then as someone stronger and better than the Karashi-kun in front of me. At the end of the speech, Karasher was crying. Please promise me that you'll leave the Kurasuki family, Lee requested. Karasher bowed to Lee. I understand, I'm sorry. We're being watched, Niji suddenly said. Most likely it's Raiga, on top of that mountain. They climbed the mountain and reached the top. A mist suddenly appeared. Everyone, be careful, Naruto warned. For a mist like this to appear so suddenly away from water, this is definitely the Kirigakure no Jutsu. Very good, a male voice echoed through the mist. Gai-sensei said that Raiga Kurasuki was once a member of the 7 Swordsmen of the Hidden Mist, Lee said as he read through a notebook in which he wrote whatever advice Gai gave him. And this Gai-sensei of yours would be right, Raiga said. The Sharingan was useful during the last mission my team had to deal with this jutsu. Niji, what can you see with your Byakugan? Naruto asked. Nothing, Niji said, shocking the team. I can't see a thing. I thought no jutsu could block the Byakugan, Naruto said. There isn't supposed to be any, Niji said. Ninpo, Ikazuchi no Kiba. Raiga called out. The team saw lightning crackling in front of them before shooting up in the sky, which became filled with thunder clouds. Ikazuchi, surge! Raiga said as he dropped a lightning bolt on the team, destroying the part of the mountain they were standing on. Fortunately, they all managed to jump down the mountain before they were hit. The enemy was so close, yet I couldn't see anything. Even the Kirigakure no Jutsu shouldn't be able to interfere with the Byakugan, Niji thought as he reactivated the Byakugan. This time, he could see clearly. There were enemies around them. He told his comrades their location and they all attacked, but the enemies disappeared. They were illusions. Niji rechecked the surroundings with his Byakugan and they were still there. Illusions with chakra pathways. They were suddenly all hit by lightning, knocking them unconscious. Raiga jumped down to the group and was about to finish Lee off first, but the genin sleep fought Raiga. Naruto regained consciousness during the fight and got up. Niji and Tenten also regained consciousness. Raiga! Make your move! A young voice called out. Raiga tried to cut down Lee, but unconscious fighter dodged and kicked Raiga on the bump on his back. A cocoon of cloth was ripped out of Raiga's cloak. Raiga! A voice inside the cocoon called out. Ranmaru! Raiga cried out as he ran toward the cocoon, knocking Lee aside. When he couldn't find Ranmaru in the mist, he became enraged and turned to the newly conscious Lee and was about to finish him off, but Naruto stood in his way. With Muramasa unsheathed, Naruto-kun, Lee muttered, You damn brat! Raiga growled. Naruto and Raiga clashed blades. Raiga focused lightning on his twin swords and Naruto focused wind on Muramasa. Please stop! Ranmaru called out. Raiga was distracted by Ranmaru's voice, allowing Naruto to hit the swordsman with a Rasengan, making fall down the cliff. Raiga! Ranmaru called out. Niji unzipped the cocoon and they found a young boy with red eyes. Kill me, Ranmaru said. Without Raiga as my arms and legs, I have no reason to live. Our mission is to deal with the Kurasuki family, Naruto told the rest of the team. We're going back to the village. They left Ranmaru in a shack, where they would get him back once they calmed the people of the village. Looks like everyone in the village is waiting for us, Lee commented as the team approached the village. They all seem to be alright, Tenten said. I don't see the members of the Kurasuki family, Naruto said. Niji? They are hiding, Niji said. Byakugan active. They are preparing to drop boulders on us should we get closer. No problem, Naruto said as he made 4 Kage Bunshin, 3 of which turned into his comrades. The 4 of them saluted before they ran toward the village. When the clones were crushed by the boulders, the Kurasuki family tried to look for their remains. 4 more Kage Bunshin then surrounded the Kurasuki family. Ninpo, Kuro Tatsumaki. One of them called out, making all 10 of them pile on each other's shoulder into 2 pillars of 5 members. Then, they all revealed claws within their gloves and started spinning around, making black tornadoes. Their attacks were able to cut right through the rocks and destroyed the clones. The real Konoha team charged from above. Tenten blocked one of the tornado's claws with her tonfa while Lee managed to kick each guise of the other tornado. The Kurasuki family split up, canceling their tornadoes, and attacked each members of the Konoha team in groups. Niji and Lee knocked their enemies out with their taijutsu, Tenten with her tonfa and Naruto with a sheathed Muramasa. The people of the village then started glaring at a nervous Karasher, who hadn't been as sorry as he claimed. Please don't harm him, Lee pleaded as he bowed before the people. It is partly my fault that Karasher joined the Kurasuki family. He thought power was everything, but the life-saving curry he once cooked is even greater power than the Kurasuki family. Allow him to atone by making this curry. If he goes astray once more, I shall punish him myself, he said, before bringing a fist inches away from Karashi's face, making the latter gulp. Sancho Obasan can also punish him accordingly. The people muttered to themselves in agreement. Naruto turned to Neji. I guess there's one thing left to do. Neji nodded. The Konoha team returned to the shack. Are you alright? Neji asked. What difference does it make? Ranmaru asked. I can't go on living alone. Without Raiga as my arms and legs, there is nothing for me out there. You need nutrition to be able to walk on your own. Lee said. You need the curry of life. Tenten turned to Lee, her eyes filled with dread. Don't you think that will make his health worse? Not at all, Lee said as he carried Ranmaru on his back. You just watch. The curry will save his life just like it saved mine. If you are going to carry me like that, then I have one request, Ranmaru said. I wish to see if Raiga really is dead. The team walked to the edge of the cliff. There was a large pile of rock down below, with Raiga's arms and twin swords sticking straight out. I can't see his life signs, Neji said, his Byakugan active. Ranmaru's eyes glowed red. I can't either, he said neutrally. Let's go, Naruto said. They all headed back to the Curry of Life shop, along with Karasher. Karasher bowed behind his mother as she made curry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Sansho placed a bowl of curry, different from the one she had made for the team the previous day, on the table. After you eat, she said. The 300 spice punishment curry, Karasher said shakily before determination filled his eyes. He sat down and picked up a spoon, itadakimasu. He started eating the curry, his face red the entire time and tears in his eyes. Sansho then prepared more curry for everyone. Naruto was now able to eat it without the Kyuubi's chakra. Ranmaru didn't eat anything, despite Lee's insistence. The next day, another storm started brewing. Lee and Naruto cut down some trees to reinforce the Curry of Life shop. Help! Karasher cried out as he ran toward Neji, Lee and Naruto. Wasn't he supposed to be inside the shop with Ranmaru? Why did he come from the village? Tenten-san said she trained me instead of Lee, because of your work, but lightning struck a tree and she fell down a cliff. We have to go help her, Lee said. I'll get the first aid kit and join you guys later. Karasher said. Understood, Naruto said as the Konoha trio ran toward the cliffs. Do you think Tenten would fall down a cliff like that? Neji asked the others. I don't know her that well, Naruto admitted. But even I know something like that wouldn't keep her down. Was Karasher threatened into leading us into a trap? Lee asked. But who? The Kurasuke family was dealt with, Naruto said. Are my eyes untrustworthy? Neji wondered aloud. Naruto understood what Neji meant. I highly doubt that. Maybe Ranmaru saw Raiga's life signs in a different way than the Byakugan does. Eventually, they arrive at the place where they first clashed with Raiga. He was there, waiting for them. There you are! He roared as he crackled with lightning. The trio rolled out of the way of the lightning strike. They all charged toward Raiga, but were struck by lightning. Fools! Unlike you, who only have chakra, I have no limit through the storm's lightning, Raiga said. Neji fell unconscious. Lee stood up and removed his weights, with Naruto following suit and using Kyuubi's chakra to heal his wounds. Lee sidestepped the lightning strike and kicked Raiga in the gut. Raiga roared and stabbed his swords on the ground, sending a wave of lightning toward Lee, who couldn't dodge and was electrocuted. Lee wobbled for a moment but stayed on his feet. This guy, Raiga said with astonishment. Don't count me out, Naruto said before he punched Raiga in the face. Raiga stumbled backwards before he swung one of his swords in Naruto's direction, also hitting Naruto with a wave of lightning. But any injuries he got, Kyuubi's chakra was healing it. You too, Raiga growled. How are the two of you so tough? I heal quickly, Naruto joked. So long as Gai-sensei looks at me with a smile, I have the strength to go on, Lee said as he got back into his stance. Then this Gai-sensei of yours will give you a funeral and weep about how hard you tried, Raiga said as he was struck by lightning and spun like a tornado. Ninpo, Raryu no Tatsumaki. The tornado then took the shape of a dragon's head and struck the duo, sending them in the air and electrocuting them. Naruto fell to the ground and Lee fell down the cliff. Raiga looked down the cliff and couldn't find Lee. Did even his bones turn to ash? He wondered. Naruto grunted as he tried to get up. Even Kyuubi's chakra took a while to heal certain wounds. Raiga turned to Naruto. Still alive? Then I'll finish you off, Raiga said as he raised his swords. Raiga! The two of them looked to the side and saw Ranmaru, standing perfectly fine. Ranmaru, you're alive, Raiga said as he walked to the boy. He placed the boy on his shoulder. This one is the only one alive. We'll deal with him and leave. Sure thing, Ranmaru said before a thick mist escaped from his clothes, surrounding him and Raiga. What's with this fog? Raiga asked. There's no need to worry, Raiga. I am your eyes, Ranmaru said. The blonde one is that way. Raiga started walking toward the edge of the cliff. Naruto, Tenten said as she walked up to him. Tenten, Naruto said as he sat up. Am I really seeing this? Tenten nodded as she handed him a plate of curry. It seems Ranmaru will sacrifice himself to save us. Raiga suddenly stopped as he heard a battle cry. They all turned to the source and saw a drunk Lee charging toward Raiga. Lee's attacks dispatched the light mist around Raiga, who tried to block the attacks with one arm since the other was keeping Ranmaru steady. Raiga stumbled back, almost falling down the cliff, when he received an elbow to the gut. Raiga took out one of his swords and launched lightning at Lee, who kept dodging in the oddest ways before charging and kicking Raiga in the chin, sending him in the air. When Raiga was hit, he accidentally let go of Ranmaru, who was falling down the cliff before being caught by Naruto, who had finished eating just before he acted. When he climbed back up, Raiga was about to attack an unconscious Lee. He jumped and landed between the two. Ranmaru got off of Naruto and shielded Lee from Raiga. Ranmaru? Raiga asked. I ate a wonderful curry while you were fighting, Ranmaru said through it. I learned the feeling of living. I want you to eat it as well. You'll realize that we don't have to hurt people. Don't say things like that, Raiga said as he clutched his head. You are my eyes and ears. If you say such selfish things, we won't be able to remain as one anymore. Then strike me with your lightning, Ranmaru said. If I die, then you, who are strong, will die as well, because the two of us are one. Raiga looked at Ranmaru with wide eyes. I can no longer remember the time you were good. I have to give you a funeral so I can remember. He brought his twin swords in the air and was struck by lightning. Ranmaru, you broke the promise that we would always be together. You were my only companion, but you made friends with those of Konoha. We can no longer be two in one. Raiga, Ranmaru muttered. Raiga grew enraged as lightning crackled around him. Who do you think taught you about the outside world? It's time for a funeral. Naruto unleashed a tael's worth of Kyuubi's chakra, to Raiga and Ranmaru's shock, and charged at the swordsman. Raiga aimed his lightning at Naruto, who kept dodging with animal-like agility before slamming a Rasengan in Raiga's gut, sending him flying down the cliff. Ranmaru, Raiga muttered, you are free now. Somehow, Ranmaru felt his words from deep within his core. Lightning! Raiga called out, give me my funeral! Multiple lightning bolts struck Raiga at the same time, making a large ball of lightning. When it disappeared, not even ashes remained. Raiga, Ranmaru muttered. Naruto sighed as he stopped using Kyuubi's chakra and stood next to Ranmaru. Let's go meet up with the others. Ranmaru nodded as Naruto picked Lee up. After peace had finally returned in the village, the team prepared to leave. Thank you for taking care of us, Neji told Sanho. Take care of Ranmaru, Tenten requested as she looked at the young boy stirring the spices. As an heir of making my curry of life, I'll raise him well, Sanho swore. But Konoha is a long way from here. I made an especially strong batch of curry for you to eat before you leave, she said as she pointed the table. The team looked at the curry on the table. The spices were boiling red. Lee was overjoyed. Naruto was very glad of his healing factor and Tenten was scared. Neji said Tsunade would be upset if they were late. He and Tenten dragged Lee out of the shop. Naruto shrugged and followed. A couple of days later, a big mission arrived. It all started with a small mission for Naruto, Sakura and Shikamaru to capture an escaped pet ferret and bring it back to his owner's village. They caught the ferret and headed for the client's village. They eventually stood on a bridge where they could see the village in the distance. But there was a problem. It was in the middle of noon, and they couldn't see anybody. We'll have to do some scouting, Shikamaru said. Something may have happened. I'll take the forest on the west. You two keep going through the mountain path. The two members of Team 7 agreed and went on their way. Do you really think something happened, Naruto? Sakura asked. Nami no Kuni, Naruto said. Sakura was confused for a moment before she realized what he meant. The mission to Nami no Kuni was supposed to have been simple, yet turned into an A-rank mission. He basically just told her that this easy mission may have turned for the worse. However, the ferret that was inside Naruto's backpack started fidgeting. What's with him? Sakura asked. Animals are beings of instincts. He must be feeling danger close by, Naruto explained as he braced himself. Sakura did the same. Suddenly, 3 armored giants wielding large maces jumped at them. their maces ready to strike. Naruto pushed Sakura out of the way and jumped away. Naruto pulled out Muramasa and stabbed one of the armored giants. The armored giant stopped for a moment before it started moving again. Naruto quickly jumped back, Muramasa still in hand, and started dodging attack after attack. He finally managed to cut the armored giant's head, sending it to the ground. Naruto sighed and turned around, only to see a blonde man wearing knight-type armor. The knight gave Naruto a thumbs down. You grading me, or are you saying you'll bring me down? Naruto asked, but the knight remained silent. Naruto charged and attacked, but the knight dodged with surprising speed. Naruto discarded his coat. The knight was curious about this action until he saw the coat make a crater, making his eyes widen in realization. Naruto charged and kicked the knight straight in the helmet, sending him back. Naruto charged with Muramasa and attacked the knight. The knight's left bracer turned into a shield, which was easily cut down by Muramasa. The knight then pulled out his sword and clashed with Muramasa, only to also be cut down. Naruto was about to strike, but a cry from Sakura stopped him. He rushed to her location and found her being held by another armored giant. The knight landed next to the armored giant. The giant then tried to strike the knight with its mace, but the knight jumped aside to dodge. Shikamaru had been controlling the armored giant through the Kage Main no Jutsu. Naruto charged at the knight again. The knight still had his sword in hand. Despite the blade being cut, the blade grew longer and glowed with strange energy. Naruto didn't like the look of the energy and created a Rasengan. Rasengan/Raging Thunder. Naruto and the knight called out at the same time as the Rasengan, and the knight's glowing blade clashed. It caused an explosion that destroyed the cliff, making both of them fall down the mountain. Naruto regained consciousness somewhere unknown. He sat up, feeling pain coursing through his body. He was in his underwear and was in bandages. He channeled a bit of Kyuubi's chakra through his body, as well as the giant worm's soul, to heal faster. He then looked around. He was in a large tent of sorts. People were outside, playing instruments and games around campfires, and a blond man was on a futon next to his own futon. Now that you're up, try not to move too much, an elderly voice said. I'm fine, I've already mostly recovered, Naruto said as he pulled out the bandages. Have you really? The elder said as he entered the room. He was shocked at Naruto's lack of wounds, and here I was, expecting you to be unconscious for another few days. The old man had a bulbous red nose and neck-length white hair with a long white beard. I've always recovered fast, Naruto shrugged off. Where am I? You're in our caravan. I'm Kahiko, elder of the caravan. So you're travelers? Naruto asked. That's right, the people of the village call us the wandering people. We travel all over the place, depending on the season. You were lucky, young man. You would have been washed away by the river if we hadn't passed by. Then it is safe to assume that the guy next to me is the one that fell along with me, Naruto said. That's right, Kahiko said. The knight opened his eyes. Oh? He regained consciousness as well, Kahiko said. The knight tried to get up, but lied back down in pain. A bump in his futon started moving and was revealed to be the ferret. There you are, Narugui-chan, Kahiko said. Naruto raised an eyebrow at the elder. Narugui? Are you the ferret's owner? The one who hired Konoha? Kahiko nodded. That's me. As time went on, something surprised Naruto. The knight recovered from his wounds almost as fast as he did. Was he a Jinchuriki? Or something else? The next morning, the caravan was on the move. How long has this caravan been traveling? Naruto asked. We've been on the road since our country was destroyed. A black-haired lady, Amina, Kahiko's granddaughter, said. Destroyed? Naruto asked. Amina nodded. It's a legend that's been passed down by our clan for a long time. There was a great catastrophe that destroyed our country and scattered our clan. We became wandering people. And it seems some of us crossed the sea, Kahiko said from behind the two. Crossed the sea, huh? Naruto said. That's right, Narugui-chan is a ferret that was kept at our ancestors' palace. He's the living proof we had a country, long ago. Wouldn't that mean that Narugui was alive for a really long time, then? Naruto asked. I am a toddler compared to Narugui-chan, Kahiko said, shocking Naruto, and the caravan has taken of him throughout the generations. This made Naruto wonder, was the ferret immortal or something? Eventually, the caravan stopped for a break. The knight approached Naruto and asked him something that surprised him. What is that strange power of yours? He asked. Naruto looked at him with a raised eyebrow. You don't know about chakra? He asked. Chakra? The knight asked. Most people in the elemental countries know about chakra, Naruto said. I see, it explains why I didn't sense any jello, the knight thought. Why did you attack me and my comrades? Naruto asked. I came to build a utopia, the knight claimed. A utopia? Naruto asked. The knight nodded. That's right, you should come with me and help me in my goal. Your chakra could be of great help. If chakra is so foreign to you, then what was that raging thunder, was it? Naruto asked. That was jello, the knight said. I can explain more if you decide to help me. Think about it, the knight said before walking away. Jello, huh? A new power, I'll have to see about acquiring it, Naruto thought. Moments later, there was a light commotion. One of the kids tried to climb a tree to retrieve a ball and fell. But the knight, now wearing his armor, caught him before he hit the ground. I've now repaid my debt, the knight said before putting the kid down and walking away, with Naruto following him. That ferret seemed to really like the knight. During the night, everyone realized that the knight legitimately left, with Naruto following him. Naruto gave chase quickly. When Naruto caught up to him, they were in the middle of a great mist and in front of a castle. Fortress? It was kinda hard to know for sure in this mist. Who are you exactly? Naruto asked. My name is Temujin the knight, Temujin said. Come with me, I'll introduce you to Hado-sama. He walked inside. Naruto complied. He may find out about Jello in there. Hado-sama is a man with a wonderful belief, Temujin said as he guided Naruto through the halls, walking past some armored giants. You'll understand when you meet him. I see. So, what are those large armored giants? Naruto asked. Faithful soldiers, Temujin answered as they went up an elevator. The elevator led them to a throne room, where a man was reading a grimoire. The man had light brown hair, with bushy eyebrows and sideburns. He had a stubby chin, a broad nose and green eyes. He wore bishop clothing and looked very much like a preacher of peace, so much so that it made Naruto suspicious. Temujin dropped on one knee before the man. I have returned, Hado-sama. Ah, Temujin, you're back. Hado set the grimoire aside and stood up. He then looked at Naruto. You're the one, aren't you? Temujin informed me that you have an interesting power. Show Hado-sama your power, Temujin said as he drew his blade. Stop, Temujin. Unnecessary fighting is no good, Hado said before he noticed the state of Temujin's sword. What happened to your sword, Temujin? His blade was the one that cut mine, Temujin answered. A blade of such sharpness? Interesting, Hado muttered. The metal walls rose to reveal windows. Naruto-kun, we have journeyed to create a utopia. Our homeland is in a far-off continent with continuous wars. Wars are unsightly and sorrowful. It brings misfortune to all people. Temujin lost his homeland to war. He was left behind in his war-torn village when he was young. I made a decision. I wanted to protect the weak. I wanted to create a world where no one had to fight. That is my dream. For the sake of my dream, I've traveled the world, gathering comrades. It has taken time to get this far. Unfortunately, there were people who became noble sacrifices along the way. Won't you join us, Naruto-kun? I want you to help me make this world a better place. Your dream and determination is admirable, Naruto said. At that moment, Naruto climbed on Temujin's shoulder, surprising the knight and getting the others' attention. What is that? Hado asked. I'm sorry, Temujin said as the ferret growled at Hado. He hasn't left me alone since I passed by that caravan. A caravan? Hado asked. I see, Hado-sama. Bad news. A woman's voice said from an intercom. What's wrong? Hado asked while turning his attention to the rest of room. The fleet that landed in the Kaze no Kuni was annihilated. Kaze no Kuni Suna, Naruto thought. I'll go, Temujin said as he ran toward the elevator. Naruto-kun, please accompany him, Hado requested. Naruto followed Temujin. A beach in Kaze no Kuni became a shipyard. They looked like battle cruisers. What happened here? Naruto said. That's what we're going to find out, Temujin said as he walked inside the wreckage of a battleship, with Naruto following him. The inside was a giant mess. They eventually entered a room full of corpses, but the bodies weren't dressed for combat or a voyage. What is this? Naruto asked. At that moment, Karasu dropped from the ceiling and wrapped its arms around Temujin to restrain him. Karasu? Then Kankuro is nearby, Naruto whispered to himself. That's right, Kankuro said as he landed next to Naruto. Why are you here? Long story short, I fought this guy. He didn't know about chakra, so he took me to his leader, and we came here after we heard of the battle, Naruto said. I see, Kankuro said before turning to Temujin. You may have thought you could sneak up on us. But don't underestimate Tsunegakure no Sato of the Great Five Ninja Nations. We have simply come here to build a utopia, Temujin said before he suddenly broke free of Karasu and kicked the puppet away. What are you doing here, idiot? A girl with similar armor as Temujin said as she entered the room. Your primary duty is to scout, she told Temujin. That doll-using loser is a lookout, another girl said from behind the first one. There's another unit waiting nearby. But, Temujin tried to say, why are you so worked up? The second girl asked. We're leaving before this becomes troublesome. However, the girls were immediately attacked by sand blocks. They managed to jump in the air to dodge. You're not getting away, Gaara said as he gave chase, with Kankuro following him. Temujin pointed his new sword at Naruto. You never intended to join us, did you? He asked. All I said to Hato was that his dream was admirable. I never said I believed it, or that he'd succeed, Naruto said. Temujin channeled Jello through his blade and clashed with Naruto's Muramasa. They jumped around, trading blows, until they reached the outside. As he fought, he saw one of the girls transform into a bat monster thing. Could she be using Jello as well? Naruto thought as he saw the place where Gaara finished off the other girl, who had also turned into a monster. That one probably used Jello as well. In that case, I'll have to try and get one of their bodies back in the castle. Maybe Temujin's as well. Not the one Gaara buried, though. He may find out through his sand. The transformed girl made some fog and flew away, taking Temujin as well. Hey Naruto, Gaara! A little help here! Kankuro cried out as was hanging from a high place and was about to fall. Naruto pulled Kankuro toward him with the chakra chains. Thanks, Naruto. Naruto nodded. We should all get moving, Gaara said. Kankuro and I have matters to attend to. I'm sure you do as well, Naruto. I do. I have to find Sakura and Shikamaru, Naruto said before walking away. Gaara and Kankuro also left the beach. Later, Naruto found Sakura and Shikamaru, who had Temujin hostage. Temujin was interrogated in a hiding spot beneath a tree. Why do you want the stones of Jello? Kahiko asked Temujin. Because they're important, Temujin answered. You don't know the horrors of those stones, Kahiko frowned. We mustn't bring them back. Are you lecturing me? Temujin asked. The tattoo on his torso glowed through the armor and showed a projection of a crystal. As I thought, Kahiko sighed. What is that? Sakura asked. That is a stone of Jello, the source of life energy, Kahiko explained. I know more about the stones than anyone, Temujin claimed. It certainly explains your recovery powers, Kahiko said. Where did you get that stone? I received it from my lord, Hato-sama, Temujin answered. I see. Is the stone the only thing you have? Kahiko asked. What about the book of Jello? Hato was reading an old book when Temujin took me to him, Naruto said. As I though? What are you talking about? Temujin asked, looking at Kahiko. The only ones who confused their physical bodies with the stones of Jello were the royal family of our clan, Kahiko explained. The royal family took the last stone of Jello and the book of Jello with them when they crossed the sea. Temujin, you are a member of our clan. We do not know how that stone was created, but, long ago, a mine with veins of minerals was found. Our ancestors refined and crystallized it before naming it Jello. Our ancestors then created an empire on this continent that was founded on the stones of Jello. They built wells that didn't dry, livestock that grew overnight, trees that continuously bore fruit, and they even tried to find ways to stop living things from aging. Naruto's eyes widened at that last piece of information. This was perfect. This was the perfect replacement for the crimson stones Soma destroyed. He needed to get one of those stones and the book. That's the first I've heard of it, Shikamaru said. That was a long time ago, Kahiko said, but often, great power brings catastrophe. People fought and quarreled disgracefully for the power of the stones of Jello. In the end, war was waged with the stone's power. Mountains and the earth split, and finally, the battle obliterated the empire. Only a handful of young people survived. Our ancestors sealed the Jello mineral deep underground and vowed never to revive the stones ever again. Why didn't you try to rid yourselves of such a terrifying thing? Sakura asked. Only the royal family is able to destroy the stones. We've lost the royal family, so all we could do is watch over the stones throughout the generations. Legends were supposed to fade and be lost. But, fade? Destroy? Never, Temujin interrupted. Hearing that, I made up my mind. I'm going to get those stones, no matter what. Power is only power, what matters is who uses it. It's a power beyond what humans can handle, Kahiko insisted. You mustn't revive the stones. Whatever power it may be, Hado-sama will use it in the right way, Temujin said. Hado-sama said, wars only breed misfortune, but wars can't be stopped without someone standing at the top. The truth of those words deeply touched my heart. In the confusion of war, my village was attacked by thieves, we survivors were orphaned and Hado-sama adopted us. I want to grant Hado-sama his wish to free the world of wars. My friends all think the same. No matter what the sacrifice, this is my dream and I need the stone of Jello to achieve it. Temujin broke the ropes that restrained him and jumped behind Kahiko, holding his blade to the elder's throat. You will tell me where the mine of Jello is, Temujin demanded to Kahiko. I refuse to tell you, Kahiko said. Temujin knocked Kahiko out, used a flash grenade and escaped while taking a child and Kahiko hostage. We will give chase, Naruto commanded. Amina-san, where is the mine of Jello? Sakura said. Amina looked down in shame. Only Ji-chan knows where it is. Shikamaru sighed. If only we had an Iken. Naruto pointed at Narugui, who was scratching against the wall. This little guy has followed Temujin around since we ended up with the caravan. He can track Temujin better than any Niken. The trio exited the cave through a secret passage inside the wall. Narugui scratched and followed Narugui. They followed the ferret through a series of tunnels and they eventually caught up to Temujin and Kahiko. He must have let the kid go earlier. They eventually arrived in a large room. There was a suddenly quake as a drill pierced through a wall. Hado had arrived. Hado-sama, Temujin bowed. The mine of Jello is down here. Thank you, Temujin, Hado said. I've put you through so much trouble. Thanks to you, our utopia is right before our eyes. Everyone, let us go, Hado said as he walked away, only to be restrained by Shikamaru's Kagemain no Jutsu. I have a few questions before you leave, Shikamaru said. Is this rude person your friend, Naruto-kun? Hado asked. I trust him more than I trust that lie you call a dream, Naruto answered. What do you plan to do with the stone of Jello? Shikamaru asked. I will create a utopia, Hado answered. A world without wars, where the weak aren't oppressed. It seems to me that you're doing the exact opposite, Shikamaru commented. It is all in the name of true justice, Hado said. Then why attack the caravan? Sakura asked. I had no choice. We've made great sacrifices too, Hado said. These are all noble sacrifices to make a world without wars. It cannot be helped. We all made the dream of peace and have done whatever is necessary to accomplish that goal. Suddenly, the platform Temujin and Kahiko were standing on was lowering itself beneath the floor. This abomination should be destroyed. Kahiko told Temujin, along with us, destroy the stones. Hado said as he searched through the book of Jello before throwing it away. What does he know? I must get that book, Naruto thought. Hado jumped down to the floor that closed itself after Temujin and Kahiko went through it, and broke it with a single punch. We are going after them, Hado ordered. Hado-sama. To the stronghold. One of the armored girls said. Not enough time, Hado said as he made himself some wings out of some weird tentacles. Bring the stronghold with you. He floated down the hole, with the armored giants following him. One of the girls transformed into a bat and floated in front of Shikamaru. You're not going anywhere. The other girl was about to enter the stronghold, but dodged a kunai thrown by Sakura. Naruto! Go on ahead, Sakura said. Naruto nodded and jumped down the hole. Just as he fell down the hole, he made a Kage Bunshin that hid in the darkness, waiting for a chance to get the book. And he got that chance when the girl on the stronghold turned into a werewolf and chased Sakura. With luck, he may even get one of the girls that had a stone of Jello in their body like Temujin does. As luck would have it, Shikamaru made a plan that used the hiding Kankuro to trap and kill the one who could turn into a bat-like monster by cutting her in pieces. Kankuro's new puppet, Kurori, discarded the body pieces on the floor lower than their platform after killing her. When Shikamaru and Kankuro left to assist Sakura, Bunshin Naruto used this opportunity to take the stone out of the remains. He also went to the stronghold and took the book before returning to the castle, all too easy. Down in the hole, Hado revealed that he was wearing a glove that had a stone of Jello attached to it. He started testing the power around the room and on Kahiko. He even used it to protect himself from Narugui, making the ferret spit out a pebble of Jello, since Kahiko accused Hado of destroying Temujin's village. Temujin was more and more seeing how Hado was in reality a power-hungry warlord. A warlord hiding as a preacher of peace, Naruto said as he entered the room, catching everyone's attention. You certainly are persistent, Naruto-kun, Hado said with a sadistic grin. Temujin's eyes widened, This was the grin of the one who led the destruction of his village. Hato saw the look in Temujin's eyes and grinned even more. You finally realized it, didn't you? I can finally get rid of you, he said as his skin turned gray and his hair white. Hato approached Temujin and ripped the stone of Jello out of Temujin and crushed it with his new strength. Now, the world is mine, Hato said as he threw Temujin aside. He then walked to the key of the mine, only to have Naruto stand in his way. You are using such a terrifying power, Naruto said. I hope you don't mind if I use my own. Hato was curious about what Naruto meant until the blonde flared Kyuubi's chakra. Not bad, Hato said, but not enough. Hato disappeared and appeared before Naruto and tried to punch him in the gut, only for said punch to be stopped by Naruto's hand, to the warlord's shock. Naruto made a red Rasengan and slammed it in Hato's gut, sending him straight to a wall. Hato knocked the rubbles off of himself. His whole body was dislocated and his abdomen was burned. I see Temujin was right. Your power is interesting. He started glowing with jello and his body healed itself. Hato sent a jello laser to Naruto and Temujin, but the armored giants took the attack for them. Souls left the bodies of armor. Temujin started crying. Everyone, what have I done? What pieces of scrap? I told them not to interfere, Hato said. Hato's words earned Temujin's rage. He then saw the pebble of jello and picked it up. Naruto, use your attack again. We shall work together, Temujin said. As Naruto made a red Rasengan with one hand, Temujin helped Naruto make a Rasengan with jello on his other hand. When Hato sent another jello laser toward them, Temujin stepped in front of Naruto, blocking the laser with the pebble of jello. The two of them ran toward Hato. Hato reinforced the laser, which knocked Temujin away, but Naruto kept charging. Hato used his tentacles as a shield, but they were destroyed by the jello Rasengan. Hato's jello fist collided with the red Rasengan. The jello stone broke and Naruto slammed the jello Rasengan straight to Hato's torso, sending him straight on the key to the mine, breaking it. Hato had a bubbling wound on his torso and fell down dead. Suddenly, the room trembled and started collapsing. With the key destroyed, the seal has been broken, Kahiko said. What's happening? Temujin asked. The mine of jello is going wild. If we consider the scale of the ancient temple, it may very well blow up half of the continent, Kahiko said. There must be a way to stop this, Temujin said. There is no way to stop it from going out of control, but there is a way to destroy it before it destroys the continent, Kahiko said. The Jutsu summoning formula? Temujin asked. Kahiko nodded. The Jutsu summoning formula works only with the royal bloodline. Place your hand at the center of the formula. It will summon a time-space rift that will swallow the mine whole. The one who activates the Jutsu won't come back alive. If this is what I must do to atone for all I've done, so be it, Temujin said as he walked to the center. Naruto and Kahiko ran away as the jello mineral fell around the center platform hole. Temujin used the pebble of jello to protect himself as he walked to the center of the formula. Naruto and Kahiko went up the caves and outside of the temple, meeting up with the others. When they looked around, the whole wasteland was now full of nature. Even Narugui had been healed from Hato's attack. Did the jello do this before being swallowed in the rift? Well, whatever, Naruto got what he wanted, if the Kage Bunshin's memories were to be trusted. With everything calmed down, it was clearly a completed mission. One morning, Shino, followed by Ino, told him that the Hokage requested all three of them. When they entered the office, Tsunade and Shizen were obviously there, along with Anko Mitarashi. The four of them would be going to Umi no Kuni to escort a delivery ship and solve a mystery about a sea monster called Kaima. Everyone got prepared and met at the gate. They went to a port that would take them to the largest island of Umi no Kuni, Hahajima. Anko said she had matters to attend to, so left the job of arranging a boat to the duo of Genin and the Chunin, in the town. They saw a girl wrapped in a lot of bandages getting paid a low amount of money by a man that hired her for delivery. Ino was displeased and had no trouble saying so to the man, who only said that Kaima's attacks made their country poor. The bandaged girl seemed saddened at the old man's explanation and walked away. The old man told them that the girl was from a village on Hahajima, and that she came to this town because the people of Hahajima refused to do business with her. Apparently, there was a time where people disappeared and she was the only one to come back. He even said there were rumors she was living outside of the village by herself. That very much reminded Naruto of his own life in Konoha. He separated himself from the team and followed her. When he caught up to her, two men stood in her way. He immediately stood next to her. a still-sheathed Muramasa in hand. That alone scared the men away. "Are you all right?" Naruto asked. "I am," she said. She then noticed his headband and ran away. Naruto shrugged and met up with the others, who had a boat ready. "Where were you?" Ino demanded. "I followed the girl," Naruto said. "Good thing I did, otherwise these two guys would have beaten her up." Ino was horrified. Why would they do such a thing? "For the same reason as the Konoha civilians do what they do with me," Naruto said. Both of them knew of his condition, as he told their teams at earlier points. They do not understand her condition and therefore fear her. They lash out at her because of that fear, Shino said logically. "Exactly," Naruto confirmed. Just then, Anko met up with them and they went on the boat for Hahajima. Naruto was the one rowing the boat to Hahajima. Halfway across the ocean, however, the oars got stuck and they were heading toward a whirlpool that suddenly appeared. Naruto, to the team's shock, jumped in the water and saw the problem. There were elongated arms holding the oars. Naruto pulled out Muramasa and cut them off. Someone grabbed him from behind and started draining his chakra. He smirked and activated Kyuubi's chakra. The attacker was forced to absorb the chakra and died of corrosion. Due to their proximity, the soul was absorbed instantly. Naruto then followed the retreating arms and found the scared culprit, whom he cut down, receiving another soul. Those souls, they were Kabuto's teammates during the preliminary rounds. While he had little use for controlling a boneless body, being able to absorb chakra through physical contact was a boon. Hell, the two of them would make a good combination. Naruto rose to the water's surface and climbed back on the boat. "So, what was down there?" Anko asked. "Two enemy shinobi, I think," Naruto said. "One was able to lengthen his arms to block the oars. Just when I cut both arms, I was caught from behind by someone trying to drain my chakra. By the time I freed myself, the first one had drowned, since the loss of blood and his arms prevented him from swimming back up." "How did you escape the chakra absorption?" Anko asked. "A little help from the fox," Naruto shrugged. Anko looked at the other two and saw that neither of them was shocked or surprised. "We were told beforehand due to circumstances," Ino said. "My team and I found out when the escaped Mizuki blurted it out." "My team found out when Naruto-san used the chakra to escape a jutsu," Shino said. Anko accepted their explanations and Naruto started rowing the boat to Hahajima. The next morning, they talked with the client, who said the departure was rescheduled for the next day instead of later than that. After that, they did some more investigation about the Kaima. They mostly found out about which island the Kaima lived in, which was also the place where the people were spirited away, and where the only one to return, Isaribi, lived. They decided to head to Isaribi's place to find out more. On the way there, they saw Isaribi head inside a cave. They followed her inside the cave and saw her turn into a sea creature. Isaribi was the Kaima. "So you're the Kaima?" Ino asked. To Anko, the Kaima seemed familiar as her head started throbbing. Isaribi started swimming away and tried reaching a different exit, only for the genin to use water walking to chase her. Ino threw a kunai with an explosive tag on the exit. The explosion made it crumble. When Isaribi rose to the water's surface, she was restrained by Shino's ninja wire. Isaribi broke out of the wire and tried to escape, but was caught by Naruto's chakra chains. "Good job, Naruto!" Ino cheered. Naruto pulled Isaribi closer to the team. "Why are you doing all this?" Naruto asked, but Isaribi stayed quiet. They all turned to Anko. "You're the one Orochimaru experimented on." Isaribi's eyes widened. "What do you mean, Anko-sensei?" Ino asked. "I can't remember much," Anko admitted, "but I remember. Back when Orochimaru brought me here before leaving me to rot, he had made experiments to create human sea creature hybrids. He's definitely the type to spirit people away." "You worked for Orochimaru," Isaribi muttered. "Do you know if there's a cure to my condition?" Anko sighed. "Orochimaru never makes any cure to his experiments, he just lets things go as they are." Isaribi started crying. "He lied to me," she muttered. "Amachi lied to me. He said if I did these things for him, he'd give me the cure." Anko's head then started throbbing again. The group brought her back to shore. Ino placed a wet cloth on her forehead and waited until she recovered. "So you've been attacking the boats in the hope of getting a cure to your Kaima form?" Naruto asked. Isaribi, back in her human form, nodded. When she turned back in her human form, they saw that the bandages were meant to cover the parts of her body that still had scales. "Amachi said if I provided him with enough data about my Kaima form, which is a prototype, he'd give me the cure." "Data," they heard Anko mutter as she got up. "Odds are, he made you do this to create a better Kaima form. if we're talking about data, then shouldn't we stop him before he succeeds in making a new Kaima? Ino asked. Everyone agreed and headed to the island of Kakaijima, where Orochimaru's base was located. When they reached the island, they entered a cave. They walked through the hallways and entered a room full of human-sized water tanks. These are Kaima? Naruto asked. Suddenly, a wall opened and let 3 feline-like creatures in the room. What adorable kitties, Anko said, licking the blade of her kunai. Ino and Isaribi looked disturbed at that. Naruto, not at all, Shino. He's doing an amazing job hiding it if he is. One was quickly finished by Shino's bugs, another tried to bite Naruto, only to be cut down by Muramasa, and the last one was knocked through a water tank by Anko, with the glass shards piercing it. They all kept going and ended up in a dark room with a silhouette sitting on a throne. When the silhouette stood up and walked closer, it was revealed to be a light green-haired man. Amachi! Isaribi called out angrily. Isaribi, to think you would betray me like this, oh well, at least I no longer have to hide my desire to dissect you, Amachi smirked. Not gonna happen, Naruto said. So you say, Amachi said before looking at Anko. Anko, long time no see, where's Orochimaru, Amachi? Anko demanded before her seal made her feel pain. Oh, so even though Orochimaru is no longer here, the seal is reacting to his lingering presence, Amachi said anatically as he cupped his chin. Still, to think his presence would linger for half a month. Regardless, my continued research will make me stand above everyone. Your research to create underwater ninja, Isaribi said. That's right. With the Kaima form, I will create an army and control all of the sea routes in the elemental countries, Amachi claimed. I've heard enough, Naruto said as he approached Amachi with Muramasa in hand. Sorry, maybe someplace else, Amachi said as he ran away, and they heard explosions that made the base start to crumble. The group managed to escape the crumbling caves and saw Amachi standing on the water in front of them. Glad you could make it, Amachi mocked. Now I will test the fruit of my research against you. As he said this, his skin turned into scales and he grew fish-like features. He had become a Kaima. Naruto grunted and charged at Amachi, Muramasa in hand. Wait! Anko called out. Amachi spat water at Naruto, who sidestepped before being hit by another shot of water. Naruto got up on the surface water. Not gonna let me get close, huh? Alright then, let's make this monster against monster, he said as he flared Kyuubi's chakra. The water around him made small waves. What is this abnormal chakra? Amachi wondered. Isaribi was shocked. What happened to Naruto? This is the Kyuubi no Kitsune's chakra, Anko said, getting Isaribi's attention. The Kyuubi attacked our village 13 years ago. The Yondaime Hokage sealed the fox inside Naruto. Since then, a lot of people see Naruto as the Kyuubi in human form instead of the container. Just like her, Naruto was just like Isaribi. So you're a monster, huh? Amachi smirked before spitting water at Naruto. The corrosive chakra turned the water spat at him into steam. What? Naruto charged with speed Amachi couldn't follow and gave him an uppercut to send him in the air. Naruto made a couple of Kage Bunshin that kicked Amachi around in the air. Amachi faced the sky. Naruto was falling toward him with a red Rasengan in hand. Amachi spun around to try and dive underwater, but there was another Naruto jumping toward him with a red Rasengan as well. Both attacks collided with the advanced Kaima, creating an outburst of chakra around them. Where the chakra disappeared, there was a single Naruto standing above Amachi's human form. Amachi appeared to still be breathing. Anko approached the two and tied Amachi up. Once we bring him to the village, he'll be in for it, she said. They returned to Hahajima and informed the official payments crew that the Kaima was dealt with. They rejoiced and set sail, while the group returned to Konoha with a prisoner the next morning. Before they left, however, Anko investigated something that was nagging her in the back of her head and discovered as well as remembered something. Orochimaru didn't abandon her. She willingly chose not to follow him. That was a heavy weight off her shoulders. Isaribi requested to come along the Konoha and they agreed, saying Tsunade may find something to help the Kaima girl. It didn't matter to Naruto, she was too weak-willed to be a monster. A few days later, Naruto was eating dango with Sakura. At her request, she wanted to talk about Team Gai's Genin's new mission, a guard duty in Hashigakure. He had heard of the stories of the star that fell in their vicinity 200 years ago, and how Hashigakure uses it for their own benefits, hence how they received their name. It was definitely worth investigating. Once they went their separate ways, Naruto went to Tsunade with the request of joining Team Gai's mission. Knowing of the possible dangers of the mission and of Naruto's reliability, she complied. After finishing his preparations, Naruto caught up to the trio in a flash. They quickly arrived to a chasm, filled with a yellowish smoke, close to Kuma no Kuni, where Hashigakure was situated. They met up with a Hashigakure shinobi named Sumeru. Sumeru guided the quartet to Hashigakure and met up with the substitute Hashikage, Akahoshi. Apparently, the Sandaime Hashikage died a year earlier and they haven't had a true leader since. As I am sure you've been told, Hashigakure has a star that has been envied by the 5 great villages. Our search party managed to gather information about enemy shinobi seeking to take the star shortly. That is why we requested your aid. Before the conversation could continue, they received an emergency call. The star had been stolen, and whoever stole it has had star training, according to Sumeru, meaning the village had a traitor in its midst. Akahoshi left the retrieval of the star to the Konoha shinobi. Akahoshi knows something we don't know, Niji said once the team was alone. He did look pale when Sumeru mentioned the thief's abilities, Tenten said. Niji nodded. I'll look around the village to find some clues. You 3 should observe Akahoshi. The trio nodded. That night, Naruto, through his improved stealth thanks to recovering his powers as the Lord of Darkness, entered the Hashikage building and overheard Akahoshi talking with 2 of his shinobi about the thief. Apparently, it was someone they thought had died and was the last shinobi to fully master the star's powers. They seemed to have a foolproof plan against the thief. However, Akahoshi also spotted Tenten and Lee within the bushes outside of the building. The 2 shinobi left to deal with them. Naruto wasn't worried. They could handle themselves. Naruto followed Akahoshi, who disguised himself and waited at the chasm, Hell's Ravine, while flaring the star chakra. Sumeru and his age group surrounded him and restrained him with ropes made of their star chakra. However, they all exhausted themselves. Akahoshi approached Sumeru and was about to pick him up, but had to block incoming shuriken from a charging Niji. No need to hide, he charged and also started throwing shuriken, which Akahoshi blocked with the star chakra before taking Sumeru and flying away in Hell's Ravine. Naruto? Niji said. How long have been there? That wasn't the thief you just saw, that was Akahoshi, Naruto said. Niji's eyes narrowed. Why would he trick his own shinobi? It's like you said. He knows something we don't. Whoever that thief was, Akahoshi knew him and has a plan to trap him. I imagine Sumeru is the bait. A moment later, Tenten and Lee found them. What happened to them? Lee asked. They were attacked by Akahoshi, Niji said, shocking the duo. He also kidnapped Sumeru, but helping them is priority. Are you sure it was Akahoshi? Tenten asked. I've been following him this entire night, Naruto said. There's no doubt about his identity. With that said, they carried the group of shinobi to their cabin, where they met Hokuto and Mizura, who was ill. Niji looked at Mizura with his Byakugan and made a discovery. He explained the discovery to Naruto in private outside. Even if Mizura is resting, his chakra is rising to its limit, Niji said. At this rate, he will be killed by his own chakra. It's the star training, Hokuto said as she approached the duo. The star has the power to increase chakra, but many shinobi have been unable to control the amplification of that power. It has weakened their bodies and killed them. Mizura ended up like that in the middle of his training. The Sandaime Hashikage cancelled the training, as he didn't want more victims from the training. And Akahoshi reinstated the training? Naruto asked. His eyes narrowed. He was smelling a ploy. Hokuto nodded. Nobody objected, as they don't fear the star that gives us this power. If we can support the village by completing the training, then it's okay. At dawn, the quartet decided to search for the star. Niji sent Lee and Tenten to look around Akahoshi's place for any clues of where he could have taken Sumeru. A few moments after the 2 of them left, Akahoshi's followers appeared before them, saying the thief appeared at Hell's Ravine. Naruto and Niji nodded at each other before they followed the duo. They would have to play along for now. When they arrived at the ravine, they saw Akahoshi crawling away from the thief, who shaped his star chakra into a beast. We can't use a frontal assault with these odds, Niji said. You probably can't, Naruto said as he flared Kyuubi's chakra, but I can. He charged with great speed and dodged any attacks the thief sent his way with the chakra. The thief had no other choice but to back away and block as many of Naruto's strikes as possible. Akahoshi was shocked but smirked. This was the chance he was waiting for. He made a few hand signs, Kajaku Myoho, Kimona. His chakra shaped into a beast and destroyed the part of the cliff both Naruto and the thief were standing on. As they fell, the thief grabbed onto Naruto and used his chakra to fly away into his hideout. "Thank you," Naruto said, once they landed. As he deactivated Kyuubi's chakra, he was glad it destroyed whatever gas tried to fill his lungs, just a safeguard, in case the soul that gave him poison immunity didn't work. An odd thing to say to someone who is supposedly your enemy, the thief, whose voice revealed was female, said as she took off her gas mask, revealing her face and long violet hair. "While you are the one who stole the star, Akahoshi is the one who kidnapped one of his own shinobi, and that's even more suspicious." The woman looked shocked. "So you know about Sumeru?" Naruto nodded. "Two of my comrades are currently looking through Akahoshi's place to find out Sumeru's whereabouts." I see. The woman seemed quite happy of the answer. "I am Natsuhi, Sumeru's mother." That certainly explains why she was so happy, Naruto thought. Naruto Uzumaki. As Natsuhi prepared something to eat, she explained her reasoning for stealing the star. She, along with her late husband, tried to steal it away, 10 years prior, to stop all of the deaths caused by the training, but they were caught by the shinobi of the village. Fortunately, the Sandaime Hashikage promised to suspend the star training to stop the needless deaths. However, there would be others who would wish to learn from the star. After the promise, the Hashikage banished her and her husband and ordered them to steal the star away should the training ever be resumed. Natsuhi felt a presence outside and focused star chakra in her eyes. Akahoshi and his goons were outside. Both of them stepped outside. "So, both of you survived," Akahoshi snarled. "Yotaga, sure so." Akahoshi's followers flared their star chakra before Akahoshi's kimono absorbed it. The duo lost consciousness. Akahoshi's kimono was now just as large as Natsuhi's, although they had different shades. Naruto overlooked the battle from the top of the rock next to them. When the kimonos started clashing, Akahoshi's had the advantage, surprisingly. "My star training is self-taught," Akahoshi said. "I shouldn't even be able to reach your feet. Since you underwent the original training, you don't have the same power as you did before. It seems like the star's side effects are starting to affect you after all," he finished with a smirk. Suddenly, Natsuhi gained the upper hand, making Akahoshi wince. "Even if I die, I will never forgive you," she said. Suddenly, Team Guy, Sumeru and his age group appeared on the scene, making Natsuhi stop upon seeing her son. Akahoshi used this opportunity to trap Sumeru in star chakra rope. "Akahoshi-sama," Hokuto called out, "why would you do this? It's all for the sake of the village and to return the stolen star. There is no better bait than Sumeru to get the attention of his thieving mother." Akahoshi's words shocked the group. Being the sole survivor of the previous star training, she only sought to end the pain. Naruto yelled from his spot, "To die for the village is a shinobi's desire." Akahoshi argued before he turned to Sumeru. "That is what you want, right, Sumeru? To become Hashikage and make the 5 villages pay for mocking us?" "Yes, I want to become Hashikage," Sumeru said as he struggled in the ropes. "Then show your determination to your mother," Akahoshi ordered. "Yes." Sumeru pulled out a kunai and pointed it at his neck. Niji looked at Sumeru with his Byakugan. Sumeru and Akahoshi's chakra were synced. "Sumeru is being controlled," Niji said. "What will it be, Natsuhi-sama? The star? Or your son's life?" Akahoshi asked. "I admit defeat," Natsuhi said as she made a hand sign. The rock Naruto was standing on started moving. It revealed a cave that had a coffin in it. The coffin's lid opened and revealed a decaying corpse and the star. Naruto made a Kage Bunshin, which appeared before Akahoshi and swiped at him, leaving a bleeding wound. The pain for the attack freed Sumeru while the real Naruto took the star and protected it. "Naruto-san?" Natsuhi asked. "Forgive me, Natsuhi-san," Naruto said, "but my mission is to guard the star, which is why I shall protect it from Akahoshi." "Yada, Naruto-kun," Lee said. "You damn brat." Akahoshi growled as he launched kimono toward Naruto. At this rate it was going, Naruto couldn't completely dodge it. The impact made a lot of smoke. "Naruto!" Team Guy and Natsuhi called out. Big red eyes appeared in the smoke and a roar echoed in the area. The smoke dissipated to reveal dark purple chakra covering Naruto as it started taking a shape. "Impossible!" Akahoshi said. Naruto looked at the chakra in awe. He had planned to use Kyuubi's chakra to protect himself from the attack. He didn't think the meteorite would enhance the chakra. The enhanced Kyuubi star chakra roared once more as it took the shape of the Kyuubi standing on its crouched hind legs, its 9 tails waving freely. The shinobi of Hashigakure were shocked. How did he manage to shape the chakra without any training? Niji gasped as he looked at Naruto with the Byakugan. What's wrong, Niji? Tenten asked. Naruto has red chakra within him and it's slowly turning purple, due to the star, Niji explained. Is Naruto-kun in danger? Lee asked. I can't say, Niji said. His normal chakra seems completely unaffected. But what is this red chakra and what could change within Naruto if this chakra is changed? Shuriso and Yataga regained consciousness at that moment, and were scared of the new shape of chakra. Damn you! Akahoshi said as he sent Kimona towards Naruto once again. Naruto's eyes turned to Akahoshi and the kitsune effortlessly backhanded the Kimona. To Akahoshi's shock, Akahoshi and his followers were then restrained by a tail each. I am your employer! Akahoshi roared. And Natsuhi-san is acting on the orders of the late Sandaime Hashikage. Your argument is invalid, Naruto said. First, the Hashikage suspends star training, then, upon his death, you step in and restart the training? I'm not buying your lies, assassin. The entire group, with the trio restrained, returned to the village and explained the Sandaime's backup plan. Some of the adults questioned why Akahoshi would kidnap a child to reach the thief. Even if the thief was the child's mother, Akahoshi yelled out that the Sandaime was foolish to stop the training when Hashigakure had a star that no other village had. The crazed look on Akahoshi's face said it all. He had assassinated the Sandaime Hashikage and proudly claimed it when questioned. The villagers all agreed that the training had to be stopped and Akahoshi, Shuriso and Yataga were given heavy punishment. The children of Hashigakure, as well as Natsuhi, would also be sent to Konoha to see if Tsunade could heal whatever damage the star training did to them. As luck would have it, all of them, even Natsuhi and Mizura, would completely recover. On the way back to Konoha, Naruto had to explain the Kyuubi's chakra to Team Guy and told them not to say a word of the Beyond S-rank secret. When they gave their report, Tsunade was obviously worried about the way the Kyuubi's chakra was enhanced. But a quick medical checkup showed that he was perfectly fine. He was fortunate that, through having the power of dominance, his body had a much greater adaptability than any other human.